wish we stayed the same. I got way too many thoughts in my brain, but I got memories that run through my veins. I'm not one to blame, but I could point out every way that you changed. Some things stay up while others go right down the drain. And lately we've been going down in flames. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm my therapist is saying that I should. I don't believe her, but I really wish I could. Instead, I guess I'll stay misunderstood. Oh, 'cause I'm stuck now, just trying to figure a way out. I've tried but can't seem to slow down. I don't know if I want to. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm seem to slow down, and I don't know if I want to.
Baby, I just wanna be alone. I don't need your company, stop blowing up my phone. You don't get the things that I've been through, and I don't have the time to lay it all in front of you. And you think that you wanna save me. You don't know it, baby, why you do this? Got this under control. You think you do, but you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. But you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior.
Go on myself. I'm cold steel stainless. My glass half full. Always said don't suffer no fools. Serpents, they dream. I bite, you call me lovely. Got a sweet tooth. I'm gonna get the sugar from you. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon. I can be a weapon. Come cold blood, selfish. Your words are painless. I like when I drive and feel so dangerous. They say I'm a red flag, 'cause they want it so bad. You should know I'm holding on to what I had. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon. I can be a weapon.
Homies, welcome on back to the NECC Collegiate Series. I am Rapture. Wherever was Rapture, and joined here by my side by the absolutely illustrious Mr. Possible. What's up, Paul?
Illustrious. I like that. I don't think anyone's ever called me illustrious before. I'm ready for some collegiate Valorant. That's what's up, Ravish. We got a great game tonight.
Yes, sir, we do. It's going to be a lot of games, a good BO3. Teams are about loaded on it as well, too, in just a couple of seconds. Paul, in fact, why don't you do us the honors of telling us who we have tonight? Educate me, please.
Yeah,
I'm a humble viewer.
I got you. So on one side, we've got... Oh, the other way. Conestoga College Academy. On the other side, we have OTSU, otherwise known as Ottawa State University Tech, or Ottawa Tech University Esports Varsity. Yeah, some great teams here. We are in our Division 3. This is the East B subdivision of that division. And both these teams fighting for number 1 in the standings. They are both currently 4-1. They've only dropped one game. For Conestoga, that was all the way back in round number 1. They dropped a game to, I believe it was BU Red. OTSU, a little bit more recent. They dropped a game to U Albany. Both those teams very good. Those are our 3rd and 4th teams. So we have a competitive division here, and that means this game means all the more, Ravish.
You are correct. And both these teams are Canadian, so I'm excited for this. So that's what's up. So that way I can not have any bias at all on either side. Now, to look at both these teams, though, right? We do have, of course, Murdu YG, Elevated, Beanster, and Bulls. Okay, up against Finster, Swift, Boo, OC Mercy, and Balance on OTSU. So a couple of stacked, rosters to get us into our day today as well, which will be going towards 3 new maps as well too, to get us into our map select and ban as well, Paul, because where will these two face off? Where will be our arenas that we do battle? Drum
roll, please. Not Abyss, not Corrode, Haven Ascent, and Sunset. Okay, so we get a little bit of flavor at the very end there. Haven Ascent is very stock standard, for me to put it kindly. Not exactly the most innovative map picks, but
it's the Getty images of maps.
Very much. But that also means that we can expect both our teams to be pretty confident, right? When you see an Abyss or a Corrode, here in Collegiate especially, those maps can swing pretty heavily one way or the other because it can be a curveball for the team that doesn't practice it. But Haven and Ascent, every Collegiate team has been playing these for the entirety of Valorant's existence, and they know how these ones go. Sunset is a big question mark for me at the very end of things. We'll see how, if we can get to Sunset. I think the other 2 maps are going to tell us a lot about how that one will shape up. But first, we're going to start off on Haven.
And I don't expect to see anything crazy, surprising, or even alarming on Haven, right? Look, Breach sucks, Sky sucks. So we're just gonna go into with what we have, bro.
But the interesting thing about that for collegiate teams is a lot of collegiate teams have still been running that age-old, tried-and-true Haven composition. The Jet, Sova, Breach, Omen, Killjoy. A lot of teams, and sometimes you get the Cypher instead of the Killjoy, but a lot of teams still like that all the way up until the day of this patch. And now we have this patch where flashes are more uniform, stuns are more uniform, Breach is not in a very good spot at all, and it throws kind of a wrench in a lot of teams' gears potentially. Do you keep with what you know and what you've been working on potentially for a very long time because it's consistent and maybe it's not as good now, but we're late in the season. There's only this week and next week, and then it's playoffs. Do you change it up here toward the finish line of the regular season? Or not?
Yes, you change it up 100%. Yes, change things, please.
Logically, I agree with you, but I don't know if it'll actually happen. We'll have to get into the game and see if these compositions will perhaps change. Of course, that's not the only composition that can be run. There's a lot of good stuff. I mean, even when collegiate teams were still running it, that had fallen out of fashion at the higher ends of collegiate, as well as into tier 2 and tier 1, the pro scene. They were running more the double duelist, the ISO Euro, that kind of stuff, and those would be largely fine.
ISO Waylay.
ISO Waylay can also work too. Those are both perfectly fine. Let's check out the agent select.
Phoenix.
Okay. So Conestoga College know that Breach is bad and are trying to replace it with Phoenix. Now that is very interesting because those two, despite both having flashes, don't actually do the same thing at all. So this is now a double duelist composition instead of a double initiator. So I'm hoping that this isn't just a, oh, well, we'll trade it for I mean, that's a very low. Considering that Conestoga have gotten to a 4-1 state, that they're fighting for first place here, I expect that what they're going to run here... Oh, never mind, it's a Neon. That actually makes a lot more sense, and I love that much more. Full double duelist, run at the opposing team. That's what Conestoga are rocking with.
Yeah, look, Neon, I was going to say, makes way more sense. Like, I don't think Sadak is playing this game, so this is a lot better, but... Yeah, to talk a bit about OTSU's variation, right? We do have a variation with Chamber and Viper, which is fantastic on defensive set up and needs to shine right here. Lou taking first contact as well over to a C-Link to allow two of them to walk in as Spike makes his way inside. It should be planted within a couple of seconds.
And this is going to be the name of the game for Conestoga, their entire attacking half. Beanstar is going to go fast on you right behind him. And they are rarely ever going to be slowing down. I mean, even here, they're pushing into spawn.
Yeah, the Mexican found one right way. It traded pretty easily, though. So, it should be 4-on-4 as they still made the way through the exact same choke. But Conestoga recognized this, so they're pushing against them, but still trades nonetheless. Valentine's still alive. A double shot with that Sheriff. A triple to line up. One more not noticed at all. But it's tame. And a 1v1 time on his side. But a 4K for Valentine. Disgusting.
Absolutely huge from OTSU there. Not only does Valentine pop absolutely off in terms of just fragging, but also they actually played that retake phenomenally. But the second the push comes in to C-Link, everybody who was in Garage, which was like 3-4 players, floods out onto the C site. That's exactly how you have to play it. Shout out to Tame. It was a very cheeky wrap to try and go all the way around and reflank through Garage, but just a little bit off on the timing there. It's hard to do that reflank. Don't see it coming, which OTSU did not. But regardless, Valentine clutches the round up 4 in the first round. Not too shabby.
Blocking sight.
Yeah, I mean, pretty cool start. I mean, I would also say that 2 of those were because no one was also looking at him, but yeah, that's my opinion.
I mean, yeah.
Potato, tomato. Right, but nonetheless, it's just a quick peek over, just some shots traded over towards A. Easy first.
Down A.
The section should be taken here as well to clean from Valentine once again to rack up those ecos, and they should just be getting pelted here one by one. Nice from Mercy. That's 2 left with only a matter of time before the rest fall.
Hey, and there you go, Ravish. Those 2 were looking at Valentine.
Ha, you're right, but you know,
I mean, did have big gun. But, you know. Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke earlier, by the way. It's Ontario Tech, not Ottawa Tech.
yeah,
I'm a dumb American. Everything north of the, that certain, whatever parallel it is, it's all the same.
that's okay.
It's not all the same.
Yeah, did you know that Ontario is a province and not a state?
I did
Enemy
know
remaining.
that cognitively. I just,
Spike down A.
Just wasn't able
Ottawa
to internalize
is
it.
a city. I know that one.
Ottawa is a city. It's actually the capital of Canada, fun fact, yeah.
Okay, I did think that, and I chose not to say it because if I was wrong, that was gonna look really dumb.
But you know, it's fine. I'm glad that you thought it because thoughts eventually become actions, and actions become who we are as people. And the action that I want to see right now out of Conestoga is a clean attacking round. I want to see a good default, early info, a dart to go out, and then you hit a site, 3-1, let's get it.
This can be a little tricky though because they're running such a fast composition, but they're running it into the anti-bonus. I'd like to see Conestoga be a little bit more careful on this round than others. Oh, nicely done.
Exactly. Clean first start. Valentine got a master threat and also taken away. So, X's Finster inside the smoke. Good jumpy. I thought you checked him, but I guess not. Will be swift as well to take one more right past that. And just not going to do enough, though. Moving around. It allowed OC Mercy take a second. The third peak. Confident enough. And it's OTSU to clean up the round.
I see why OC Mercy is on this chamber now. I mean, has just been nasty with it every time. Headshot after headshot there. I mean, that just shouldn't happen. Unlucky for Conestoga. I thought they did a really good job slowing down at the start, but the second they got that one pick onto Valentine, I think they got a little bit over eager. Could have stood to slow down even a little bit more. The check, like you said, it seemed like it came on to Swift. I think it was more of a comms error than an actual visual error. Valentine was only at 10 health. Even in the spam, might have died there, but it slowed them down so much. And things got very tricky.
A tough start for sure, and unfortunately with Conestoga, they land themselves in a little ping pong eco where they're fortunately forced to save once again, but you know, they've done better with less as well too. From here, I see Banester can get things started. Her early shock bolts as well to delay the oncoming firepower that's coming in. The Mornu, nice peek out. And easy takeaway, not gonna go over results here either. And with that peek into Bean allows them to take one more, but that Odin is firing. Allowing them to at least get some pelts down, but not actually taking the pick. Nonetheless, a quick reposition. OC Mercy, a wallbang kill to finish it off, and 2 taken in quick succession, leaving just YG. Not for long.
Overall, I mean, shout out to Conestoga's macro there. I think they played that round as good as they could have considering the economic disadvantage, right? They made that adjustment on their C-take from the pistol where so many players from OTSU were able to flood through Garage. This time around, Beanster with the Bucky stopping that from happening. But, I mean, you know, again, like you said, the Odin is just nasty. It overwhelmed the players on site, and there's not much you were going to be able to do there. This is an ever-important round for Conestoga. They're going to have a gun round here, but it is this half is very quickly getting away from them, and they are an attack-sided composition without any doubt. If they can't start to stabilize here, I'm getting worried for Conestoga, Ravish.
It is crazy when an attack-sided composition goes against a defense-sided composition, you know? Just simply who will win this battle of the minds. And now from here, though, it is a lean towards Garage here early on, but just spam leaves them listless. Swift taken away. So an opening at least for Conestoga.
No smoke, so OTSU are going to have to watch everything with their eyes. They can't just afford to smoke off B. That's why Valentine has to commit to this.
Deploying drone.
Unfortunately, I think only Swift was spotted there. They didn't actually get any hard information on Valentine, so they're clearing out A, seeing if he tucked himself into a corner somewhere.
I like that 360 that the drone did. That was cool.
Yeah, the little spin.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you got to get style points too.
I feel like I'm in step up too. The streets. As we hop over to the streets of A. Nice quick peek, and Tame takes 2, clears out the site, and finally, Conestoga, crucial round harnessed, and with this, they should be able to take this quite easily. And with OTSU's positioning, they seem to be wanting looking for a save and save the big guns that they have.
It's an Op and an Odin, right? I mean, the two most expensive guns you can buy. No reason running them into a 2v5. It was a good take there from Conestoga. Whenever you get a good pick, especially on a map as wide as Haven, it's always smart to just recollect, re-strategize, think to yourself, hey, they don't have smokes. So what site is really easy to take without smokes? I mean, all of them, realistically.
Yeah. Exactly. And like, it is unlucky that the Omen player gets picked off right away on B. Setting up a double play that they had up high with the Jet, but unfortunate. I believe there also was a Blade Storm used there as well that round. So, you know, a ult also take it away. Conestoga not off to a bad start.
And they have the lockdown already and available too. Team has been doing a phenomenal job thus far. Of course, the money is going to be just fine for Ontario Tech for quite a while. Wow. That's a very interesting and early timeout.
Right away. Bro, Chips decides he doesn't want to play no games. He immediately, 1 round lost. Yo, boys, lock in.
This, I imagine, is Chips talking specifically about that B play. There's not really much of a reason for the Ontario Tech players that aren't holding the operator, like everybody except OC Mercy, should really just be grouping up and taking more passive angles than that. The fact that Valentine and Swift were going for something so aggressive on a round where, like, keep in mind, they have all the economy advantage, they have all the momentum in the round, or not in the round, but in the game so far. So there's not much of a purpose for them to go for that other than getting a little bit greedy with the Blade Storm and hoping that Valentine hits something sick, which, I mean, fair enough. Dude has been, you know, pretty good so far. But I have to imagine that this call is going to be, hey, guys, just chill. Remember, we're the Chamber Viper comp. We can just sit back, wait, use our utility to stall them, and rely on, you know, OC Mercy to pop off.
Yeah, I mean, it works out well, though. Also, side note, Neon's wearing that nose strip, which all of TSM was wearing as well, too. Probably helps her breathe better. I should probably get one of those. It seems hype. Nonetheless, positioning towards again a similar B push that they done last time, but you know this time no will pop up from the Omen, so it's gonna keep it clear and a patient start. Conestoga.
Oh, and interesting, and a very mid-heavy lean. Conestoga have been popping their head into the middle of the map, seeing what they can do, and then often either pivoting back out and around to A or into and through garage. So 2 players waiting to see if they would come on to B, and they'll be able to rotate very quickly no matter who gets contact here.
Drone used early on C as well, so the anti-information is knowing that they're not actually getting flanked, so they'll probably look to try to take C through garage here. And yeah, as smoke goes down, this should be to take the hope to get, and the Russian past this, so probably shock bolts dart, and then a smoking from the jet to get onto the C side as quickly as possible, and it'll be on Boo to stop them. Not spotted early on, as so many of them around here. Adversaries surrounding Boo, but not spotted means that they can actually walk out of this and leaving Tame as a lurk. Okay.
Dude, this is a game of chicken right now between Tame and Boo. Neither one 100% certain the other is there, but Beanster popping this open. That forces Boo away, but Tame couldn't quite find him. Has to now try and just get off the site, but there's a player lying in wait. Valentine, you need to hit that, buddy. Oh, no. Now, okay, finally gets it, runs out of bullets, and Beanster rolls him over.
Oh, dude, Beanster actually getting 2 that are so massive because he takes away the B-lurk and also comes back and gets a trade onto the jet. So Odin gone, and the reload being caught on the jet means the jet is gone. So it's just like, it's just unlucky timings on 3 different occasions, allowing Beanster to just clean up all of OTSU. This is great.
Conestoga have been really good in the early round these past 2. Just waiting until they isolate someone, not wanting to go into these full like retakes that they were losing early on. Man, even getting rid of the op now. Things starting to go a little bit tough for Ontario here. Obviously, like, they're still going to be fine economically, but keep in mind, losing both the big guns, that adds up pretty quickly. Whoops.
Oh.
Did get spotted there. Oh no. Did Beanster not see him?
Back? He gets the op. Wait.
He gets the op back. That's actually pretty huge. Okay. So not as bad as it could have been for Ontario.
For sure.
And I think they had a good idea there. It was just tough that the players on B, I think Ontario kind of got in their heads a little bit. And I don't want to say lost their nerve, but weren't fully committed to the game plan all the way through the late round. It's tough to stack toward the middle of the map so heavily because as soon as you try and rotate off, it's like, oh, maybe they are on A, maybe they are on C. Maybe we just missed something. It's very easy as the defense to get in your own head. Op traded over, by the way, on a different player this time. It's Valentine picking that up. Gonna go towards Sewer. This was troublesome. Valentine got kind of in trouble last time they were in Sewer. Assisted by the Hunter's Fury, though. That makes it much easier.
Yeah, trading over to Fury as well, too. One more pick. Just a tag given over, though, but wow. Both of them actually finding a lot of early info and leaning towards A lobby, and a pick nonetheless will be gifted over, at least for OTSU, a much better start from the previous 2 rounds.
It was a pick off the operator, though, and the tour de force would have been heard. So Conestoga know that they're going up against 2 ops, one of which is on A likely. But they have no idea where OC Mercy is. And now, I mean, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do you go to the site where you know there's probably an op? Or do you go to one of the other 2 sites where there might be an op? I mean, this is the Monty Hall problem. To a T.
I mean, you always pick the might, because if you can avoid the danger that you know is 100%, that you might as well take the chances where it's not. And this is a default that you see happen quite often, right? Where it's like, okay, cool, it didn't work out. Guess we're going to C. Right, and they take garage pretty easily. OC was there this time, but OC Mercy sees one, and Beanster being taken away. That's a huge point of entry for the rest of OTSU. Being booed towards the back, not actually caught, sprayed down though. But as the rest of them rush towards the back of the site, he's been taken away, and the shot dart kills Finster. He's that low. The 2v3 decision.
Bushlam is actually insane there. The timing on that swing, the fact that only 2 players went to site, I thought it was cooked, but YG distracting these 2 players that you now see in C-Link long enough to give Bushlama the chance. Now, I mean, a 2v3, the op, remember, that Bladestorm was already used, so Valentine doesn't have a way to get in here. There's a rifle recoverable, probably, but do you really want to go for this? They're gonna try.
The paranoia goes so wide over the back of the site, but with no smokes, yeah, YG just cleans them. That's, hey, great on Conestoga.
Conestoga have been lights out these last couple of rounds. I was worried that, you know, OTSU was just going to run away with it and we weren't going to have a very interesting Haven. Now I'm worried that that Ontario aren't going to be able to get their feet back under them. I'm a little bit surprised that at the very end there, I mean, the time had already ticked down so much. There's no information. All you have is one paranoia. You have to 50-50 it against 3 players. Maybe you catch 1 or 2 of them. But I don't think that play was ever really going to work.
We'll find out this one does, though, right? Conestoga have made a massive effort to claw their way back into the game round by round. And clean picks taken away to just with the positioning.
Whoa.
But pushed down, they actually get away. And the lockdown is going to force someone to, hey, Valorant is not going to push this. Wait for the repeat. That's the spike. But he has to get out. Oh, no, this is bad.
But, I mean, gets to safety. There's a smoke there. The spam isn't going to catch that angle. Okay, well, it catches Swift, which is unlucky. But at least Valentine gets away. A 4v4 playable. Mercy's got a great position, and there's no smoke for him.
There's shock bolts, and whiffing that first shot is also not the most ideal position to be in either, but the lead them at least in a 4v4. There's an overdrive coming from Beanster. Split us cover fire with Mornu there up top, haven't cleared away. And a lead now with the rest of them to walk into Conestoga. And the retake of which is not working out in their favors. This attack side finally coming online.
Great timing there from Beanster on the overdrive. I mean, it's just impossible to walk into. Or OC Mercy wants to stick his head out and try to get something from heaven, but you're so mobile. It's such a hard shot to hit. That's really the counter to that up in Overwatch. I mean, just a phenomenal round there from Beanster. And I gotta say, it's tough how many rounds Ontario have been losing smokes. I wonder if that round goes differently, if they could have smoked and then tried to retake through a deep smoke as a team. Now even out of economy. I mean, run 4 in a row, have now lost in a 4 and find themselves broke.
Imagine being broke. Could have been. But
I don't have to imagine, Ravish.
Thanks, man. But again, similar to CT the way we've seen previously, let it take it away right away from rifle. Yeah, a gun given over, but boo, a positive start, but one that gets ended just as quickly as it started. Swift as well. These 1-by-1 peaks that they're taking just dry fights up against them, albeit in a save round, but you know, 2 done with 2 gone. Ooh, Finster's super low. The lead is taking, no one's looking. This is big. The Jiggle Peaks is nice. Finster dead. OC Mercy leaving us up in a 1v1, but time's not on his side. YG last one left alive. A save of the day, but a good save for OTSU.
Yeah, I mean, at least you get some damage. You keep Conestoga's economy theoretically catchable, but we're getting very late into the half. Never mind. I just saw they all have 9k. It's not catchable at all.
They're fine, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to do fine. And just a little bit late. I like the idea. I think OC Mercy's flank there is actually deadly, but it doesn't work out. I mean, Valentine dies a little bit too early garage, and the time is just not on their side. Now Conestoga have their first lead of the series. At least guns will go back. Bladestorm to buffer the economy. Allow Ontario to buy into future rounds. Full C waterfall. We haven't even seen this. Conestoga not expecting it at all. This is just a free plan.
They just managed to somehow get in run into C so often. I feel like if I'm OTSU, I gotta start stacking this. Because it's been 3 rounds in a row. But nonetheless, a potent situation that they want to play into. They do a Viper's Pit. If they can, alongside Bladestorm already used early on, they're using the wall to possibly get it through the half of the site. And boom, OC Mercy clean up the early entrance, but YG holding garage. A double kill for him once again. This Phantom has been online. He sees 1 more there. He gets 3. The 3rd, unfortunately, the 4th he can't take. And Swift and Boo finally get their round.
I mean, it doesn't really feel like a round that Ontario should win, frankly, to tie us up. They've lost almost everything. Keep in mind, this is a defensive composition, but it's not really a retake composition. What do you have for retake? A dart, maybe a drone, and the paranoia? That's pretty much it, right? Everything else is very difficult to retake.
But
the
side,
yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. At least the wall seems to be planted. This seems to be the plan, right? Leave C open because this wall bisects Conestoga so effectively. OTSU, they're always winning one fight or the other. Either the fight coming out of Garage or the fight from C-Link onto that site. They're not afraid to retake that.
Yeah. Exactly, but I mean, with 2 more
Did
rounds
Mercy
left in the
just
half,
get hit through the wall with the op?
Yeah, he did. That sucks.
All right, gets his get back.
Yeah, I mean, well, he gets Beanster at least, so no wall hit this time at least. Still clean up the one. The second scene, how did Tame clean that scene early on? So luckily, gets to also just wait and hold down Garage, but Conestoga won't get seized so easily this time. They'll have to fight tooth and nail. Get seen.
The wall goes up at very much the wrong time there. I wonder if that was a comms issue, or maybe the wall was put up to try and defend Finster, but it actually stops him from punishing YG. And now Mornew finally finishing off that pick on OC Mercy. I mean, the B site feels inevitable here.
It has to be here, though. It has to be on Mornew to be able to clear up the rest of them here. Oh, the right click doesn't hit, but the shorty does. Oh, unlucky from Boo, but it's 2v1. And now it's just on one. Dude, there's no shot. That's crazy.
Not the post plant leaping around from Bush Llama, drawing Valentine's fire. Oh man, I love Collegiate. These guys play with everything they got. I love it. I mean, and honestly, a pretty good round from Conestoga despite the difficulties they legitimately had. Like, Tame was able to get some garage control, but it wasn't actionable because they had already, like, YG was so deep committed into mid, and they'd already lost Beanster. Beanster's been the one that clears that space. Now, I mean, you're not getting garage control here either. Maybe if you get, like, an Owl Drone tag, you could hard force through it, but definitely feels like a lot of effort.
Yeah, and especially now with the pit out of the garage, though, this is a much rougher take, but I'm surprised they're actually not going towards an alien early on and opting in to actually look towards the pit. Maybe hoping to see if they could perhaps going through B and then get garage control from there, but just an early scope around, nothing found just to get the drone to check. They're coming hot to this.
I mean, nice picks from OC Mercy. I was gonna say I was a little bit surprised with how deep OC Mercy was in the C-Link, that OTSU wasn't trying to pivot over to A. But it works out in their favor. Yeah. 3 picks already. I don't think there's much else Conestoga will be able to do. I mean, yeah, this site is free as long as Tame doesn't get his head lopped off here.
Well, he might now, so.
Hit the headshot through the wall there, too, on Finster.
Waiting for him. Like we were saying, right? It just felt like A was the right direction to go, especially after all that was committed. But nonetheless, ping taken, one more. With how it cleared it out, if we just rush in, Tame taking one, but unfortunately cannot reposition after the second. It'll be on to Bush, but he will not be so lucky. 6-6, even half, going into the second.
Really even. I mean, massive swings in either direction, followed by a pretty back and forth last, what, 4 rounds?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, but I think that actually spells good things for Conestoga more so than Ontario. The fact that they were only able to really claw their way back in the last couple of rounds. Keep in mind, I mean, yes, they won the anti-bonus, but other than that, it was like pistol, a round, and then anti-eco, expected to win. Another anti-eco, expected to win. So really only 3 full gun rounds won by OTSU. Now, they will go to their attacking side. I think both these compositions become a bit more questionable on this side of the map. So we'll have to see. I mean, the defending comp is now attacking, and the attacking comp is now defending. Good luck to them both.
Yeah, you know what? That's why I'm interested to see how they actually work this out. Now, especially considering with the wall up going, couldn't pass B here, so likely leading towards an early hit. Mornew just gets 1, second not taken, but early bits of damage done. So, at least get 1 and get out. A trade and reposition again. Mornew taking the second, nasty with his deep.
Yeah, pretty traditional for a comp like this to push out. Mornew even spots the hood over the box and just waits for the easier shot. Gotta love that. And now I need 4v2. At least a good read from OTSU. They're like, hey, they're going to come over to C. We've showed our hand a little bit. I think the recon dart was thrown that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they'll just go ahead, stack C as well. Mornu going over to be waiting for them to come around, and
Yeah.
Aussie Mercy should be spotted here as well as soon as he turns the corner by Mornu. As he is, ooh, okay, he chooses to go for the corner angle, and there it is. Oh my god, through the
Ace?
wall, he takes that. Ace, 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 ace. Oh, come on. One more shot.
Oh.
Unlucky.
Unlucky. Tame cleans it up, though. Conestoga with their pistol after all. And the push and pull we're going to see, the game of tug-of-war, is exactly what we saw here on the pistol. Conestoga, traditionally with this composition, you think are going to be pushing out quite a bit, right? So OTSU, their job is going to be, can they anticipate where and when those pushes are going to come from? And can they actually stop them when they do? And the first round didn't go so well. I think that OTSU, they could have maybe played a little bit back, tried to play for a little bit more information. When you see the Neon Jet, you just gotta assume that they're gonna try something.
Something has to be tried right now and right here. I mean, especially with the Neon Jet here, they'll just all run over. They get the early ping.
It's so slow.
That is A. Yeah, so the quick reposition, the paranoia is clean, but they'll just all go right into them. I thought Mornu would have gotten like 4 collabs.
It was gonna be a collab, dude, for sure.
Yeah, getting
Okay.
one is so illegal. Reposition, runs at them.
Hey, guys.
And then lose two. A bit overzealous, maybe a bit of an overheat, but leaving them now at least with a 2v none finally. Round taken, but at what cost?
All right, yeah, Conestoga, maybe a little too excited there, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, they did have the good read. They got 4 players over very quickly. I
Yeah.
can understand why they wanted to go for something aggressive. It was a very nice bolt, concussive bolt there, too, from Beanster. I mean, stunning everybody up. But, yeah, I mean, generally, you don't want to swing into 4, even if they only have classics.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a good rule of life even. Like, hey,
Rule of
you know?
thumb, yeah.
Yeah, just don't run into 4 people. You don't know what they're gonna do to you, dude. It's
Now-
a bad idea.
The Outlaw was recovered, which is a pretty huge gun here, but it is full armors across the board for OTSU as well. So, Mornu not going to have ample opportunity. Oh, going to have even less without his head.
Yeah, insta-dink by the Phantom. So, leaving A a bit more open than needed, perhaps. So, now that allow them to pick their poison, it'll be on Tame the Beast, who's covering B. They surely check this, right? We're afraid with the drone. Tag misses, but at least he gets out of dodge. But now it's on YG. A Sheriff to his name, spotted by the back on Booze, covering the rest of his team, and that's just on Bush to possibly get one more, but won't be able to get much. Fortunately, the gun differential, a bit too heavy, as Swift cleans up the rest.
We stay close and competitive here. No bonus conversion for Conestoga. Now they'll have to buy in. An op already for Mornu. Has the Blade Storm too. So I mean, we'll have some tools for a retake if necessary later into the round. I really am interested on what angle Mornu is going to be setting up. Round 4 op. Pretty aggressive buy. I mean, it's so aggressive that Bush Llama doesn't even have a rifle. This is going to be a little bit tricky for Conestoga. And thus far, OTSU, their game plan has not been slowly walk out places. Right? Like, I don't think that the Viper is ever going to be pushing A solo.
Yeah, no deep lures, like no big flank straight from either side we've seen, but that'll do it though. As a duel is gone, allow them to at least walk.
Cheeky.
Yeah. Get the biggest like, yeah. OC Mercy Horn in the angle, that's fun. And so with B and C opened up, they decide to go A.
Now, the information is here for B and C, so Mornu is going to commit to staying on A, but has already given up so much position, has to go for a very passive angle, and needs now to worry about both short and long. This is tough. You got to get out of here.
Yeah, Paranoia as well, taken towards the back of the site. Mornu now gone as well, so they're leaving them in a 2v5 in the retake. And if I'm Conestoga, I save.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you're going to do a 2v5 here. Honestly, I think even when Mornu tries to recommit to the A site, I think maybe you go all the way back to like the angle through A link and try to maybe get a cheeky pick there. And if you get a pick, maybe you go for the retake. But otherwise, the op was never going to be able to do much there. It's a tough call to make. Like, oh, they're not going to the other sites. My teammates have calmed me to stay A, but I have an op and I got to hold so many angles and there's 5 of them. What am I going to do? It's a tough position for Mornu.
Yeah, I mean, kill all 5, you know. But that's just me.
Yeah, just 5 collat. Hey, easy.
Yeah,
1 bullet,
easy,
5
yeah.
kills.
Exactly. Well, I mean, not all at the same time, but you know, like it's like in reposition. You know, if I'm Kong, I take. But,
You know what the sad part about that is, though, Ravish?
what's that?
You're not Kong.
That's true. That's true. It's. Have you seen those memes on TikTok of like I'm entering a very Chinese time in my life?
Oh man. Mornu at least will have the Blade Storm, but it's 2 rifles and a Blade Storm here. It's a tough round for Conestoga. And it's been tough for them too. ODSU have been doing a good job so far of anticipating, like I said, you know, at the very beginning, it's about anticipating when and where the pushes are coming from. Look, even here, they're expecting something to come from mid. Mercy gets out, and Finster's on the angle.
And Finster's taking 2 again, just bop by bop to Conestoga. Guns in their hands, but Mornu, the flank, the nice whiff, still gets his target, but not before OC Mercy takes out 1 more of his teammates. So, again, a 2v4 this time, some better odds, but Spike's still down. This seems improbable as the seconds go on.
I mean, you mostly saved here, so might as well go for it. The tag coming through are going to be largely useless, and this high-low stack, I mean, is going to be murderous to Mornu.
Leaving just Bush. Now, Bush Llama. You can pull out the play the century clip farm 1v4, bro. You got this. I believe in you. Never mind. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I believe though.
Ontario retaking their lead. Another gun round here for Conestoga, but much like when we went into the 5th round of last half, I'm gonna be worried for Conestoga if they can't pull this one off. They're gonna quickly start ping-ponging economy, and they don't have the time. OTSU are too close to winning this first map. It is their map pick, so there is at least that silver lining for Conestoga. But now is the moment.
For sure. Yeah, and also big thing to watch as well too is going to be the just overall rerolls to be able to help snowball them the rest of the rounds they have. They're getting almost all of them online with the next 2 rounds, and Huntersford also here and ready to go. They can easily also just put a wrench to their plans.
And again, we have a rather disparate setup here from Conestoga. This is something that Ontario did, and every time they did it, it did not work very well for them. Now, it's a very different composition, keep in mind, but Owl Drone clearing up quite a bit of space. 2 players here on B, but I'm worried about Mornu's lurk a little bit. It has good information. If he goes for more, I think that would be too cheeky to get away with.
Oh, wait, B's just getting caught.
Ouch.
Valentine somehow has been able to check that angle on B 3 rounds in a row, but a punish comes in at least. A 3v3, a lifeline for Conestoga.
And Mornu has picked the moment perfectly. Now that players have started going down, nobody is watching for him. Oh, but he couldn't quite hit Finster's head. That's the Spike. If he can get this kill, Finster's stuck in that corner, but yeah, can't risk it. You have to bail out before reinforcements come.
It's not gone. Finster didn't see this coming. That's a Spike.
Nice.
If you were saying, with that being thought, they have to go back into cover, but with Mornu's watching it, this is a rough position right now for the 2 members of OTSU.
30 seconds. They gotta go.
Yeah, they have to put the safe. They gotta do something, either hunt them down or get something done. And Swift is now caught. Oh, the positioning and the timing is coming out from Conestoga. But punish him for the Spike and now leaving them in a desolate position where Mornu cleans up.
Yeah, the play there was Boo was trying to go toward A to try and clear it out and make sure that it was viable for a from the shadows from Swift. Swift was going to creep through B and try to teleport out over onto A to rejoin the teammate, or onto B even, just to have a place to like play the post plant from. If Boo clears A link, then you can like plant B and play that post plant. Either way, the punish there is tough. Tame the Beast really holding that round down, making sure that they couldn't just collapse onto C, and that cheeky lurk from Mornu. Pretty legendary stuff from those 2 players.
Great start as well to get him in the game and keep this game as even as possible. And again, like you said, each time Conestoga has been up against a crucial round, something that they need to acquire. Did a good job of ensuring that, you know, they don't let the game slip away too much. And now from here, how did he get that? That's crazy.
Toxin screen down.
Oh, Mornu. You don't have the information this time. There's no reason to go forward if you're the Jet player right now. He's gonna try and punish the wall? No, okay. It's just repositioning to a different angle. But Mornu doesn't have the information, has to calm to the team, hey, they could be in onto A, guys. I don't know for a fact.
Did they check this corner though? Last time they was there, they saw that. Yeah, that's one from Mornu. Second taking quick peek, and now at least leaving A open. Finally has an option.
Whoa!
Allow them to look to walk in. Boo! Whoa! A confident push in by Bushlama, but unfortunately punished by Mornu, by Boo and the rest of the team. So with Pit down, Spike secured for OTSU.
And this, I mean, this feels like a nigh on impossible 3v. I mean, it's 3v3, but first you have to break the Viper's pit. You have to try and get them fully out, and then you're contending with the Chamber player down long. I mean, it's tie game. You got to go for it.
Enemy remaining.
But it's almost impossible.
Yeah, it's not entirely, like you're saying, just rough. As Swift peeks out of hell. 1 round lead, once again passed over to OTSU, but with how tug of war this entire game has been, it can easily pass back to Conestoga.
Yeah, and the timing there is what really bites Conestoga in the rear. Bushlama thinks, oh, well, we have the deep player on A. That must mean that I can get out onto the site before anybody gets there. But you have to remember that that lurk through sewer is quicker because of the Viper wall. Boo gets out onto the site. Bushlama not totally ready for that. Was expecting some sort of fight quickly, but it was just too quick and wasn't quite prepared for it. Now Conestoga on an eco. OTSU ready to run away with this game.
They'll commit as well too. I believe they took out Blade Storms alongside the 2 of the 4. So there's this sniper to clear out all the scene. So with 3 left alive, once again they'll try to move the way to garage to get something done. They're hoping for it. There's aggression to come through the C link, but it's even just holding down C. 2 forward, 2 at the back.
Yeah,
this seems also another tough situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's tough situations, and then there's let's get on to the next round here, fellas. I mean,
this is.
I think playing for exits here, playing to deny orbs, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that from Conestoga. They're doing just fine.
Yeah, I think you just try to just die to the spike here. Make sure you don't become an Altor. But Mornu wants to get 1, I think. May not happen though. Unfortunately, gotta catch timing. Bushlama gets his though, but just him, unfortunately. As it'll leave Beanster, down to spike. Yep.
Now 11 rounds for OTSU. Conestoga, they had to go for that save, but they have no more room for error. Hey, Ravish, you said backs against the wall twice. You think they go 3 for 3? Their backs against the wall again.
I mean, no time like the present, no time like now, because if it's not now, it's going to be never, Paul.
Well,
so
and good ults for it, too. Hunter's Fury mirrored on either sides, but the lockdown available as well. If Bushlama can somehow win the Hunter's Fury battle, draw that out of Finster, then there's a chance for that lockdown to really be potent.
Yeah. Also, overdrive for Beanster available as well as a potential, but yup, early on, the shot whiffs. Oh, this is a round where you cannot be having those mistakes. And unfortunate with the op taken away, and that'll just destroy his economy completely. And a 4v2 now, Seaside wide open, and they land themselves into the deadlock.
And Conestoga on the defense here, I think they've been struggling to play to the win conditions of their composition. The duelists are going out different angles. I'd like to see them working together, really playing off each other. Beanster taking fire, opening space for the op to get stuck.
Oh, man.
Bush Llama in the air is unkillable. I've never seen a flying llama like this, dude.
That's twice now this has happened.
Two Valentines specifically.
Yeah, two Valentines.
Dude,
That's
I mean,
so
we just saw him
funny.
just stand there with his knife out, right? He didn't even go for the chase. He's like, I cannot believe this. Are you
He's like,
kidding
Are you kidding me, bro? Yeah.
Wild.
I mean, I think, yeah, if you're OTSC, you definitely held them down. You do not want this op in their hands, especially if you were to secure the second round as well. To reposition. Ooh! Taking the boost with the clean shot. Man, give him the out, though. That was sick.
Yeah, I mean,
Match point.
nailing him. Tane the Beast has been a monster. Match point now, Conestoga. Man, it feels tough. Beanster with the judge. Thankfully, does have that overdrive that you were talking about now. But I gotta ask, when are Conestoga gonna get proactive again? Right? Like we've seen Mornu on angles with a lot of this operator, but what does that leave for Beanster to do in a lot of these rounds? Right now, we're gonna see him up in garage with the judge, just playing for like a quick pick or two and then to escape. But I mean, surely you clear this with a dart or a drone or something, right?
Well, to clear with the paranoia, the shock bolt also found early, so they know at least there's some opposition around B, so they won't just try to force the issue. And seeing where they all are again, it's just early B angles that we've seen so often from Conestoga. But this time, not playing so far forward that they can get caught by anybody looking to get cheeky close to B.
But all in all, Ontario get out of there pretty flawlessly. They don't have to commit much utility other than a paranoia, really. They get a lot of information and now can pivot toward A. That alarm bot has to sound the literal alarm for Conestoga, but the duelists aren't moving. The two people who need to go in and take the space are thus far staying on their respective sites, which means you're really going to struggle to hold the A site here. Also, the Killjoy's up in heaven, so like the lockdown isn't going to really work from that angle. But wow, 3 players is enough. Oh, wow, Ontario pull off.
They also get a ton of use a lot of that by just baiting a paranoia gone, smoke gone, all the Killjoy setup gone here too. Beanster to remember that he's here, but he'll take one of his own. Now Mornu, he has to defend this with his life. His mate just gets one, but Swift commits the ult. OC Mercy watches the flank, and just one more left. There's Bush Llama. He has to stop the plant, it just barely goes down. It's 1v2. This is possible, but it's tough.
Against the Hunter's Fury, against the From the Shadows deep position, C-Long, you gotta leg it. You know where they're gonna be playing from. There's no reason to go for anything risky here. Although the plant isn't perfect for C-Long.
But it'll put the smoke down. This jump peak knows what Bush Llama is, and he knows he can't push this. He knows it right there with the Hunter's Fury, so no choice but to try. But OTSU will take Haven. Nice.
Yeah, it is their map pick. They take it pretty solidly, a 13-9. Nothing to scoff at. There was that valley after they won the first 4 rounds, but all in all, I think it's safe to say that, especially on the attacking side, OTSU looked far more in control of the game. When OTSU was winning, it was rather night and day. Now, they fumbled a little bit on their defensive side, but I think that's what happens when you're going into a double duelist attacking comp on Haven. Maybe they could have played a little bit more to their outs, but I think the same thing could way more be said for Conestoga. I think their defending side, their attack clearly very well done by Conestoga. They know why they're running this duelist composition. It's for their attacking side. But once they get over the defense, I think Conestoga maybe need a little more reps and just to sit back and ask themselves, on the defense, what do we want to do with this composition? Do we want to push aggressively? Do we want to save and, you know, just chill until we want to retake because we have double duelists that can get onto a site very effectively and create a lot of space? It was very non-committal from Conestoga on their defense, and that really bit them in the second half.
Exactly that, right? And like, it's tough with the ideas being lacking, right? Although the game may have been close due to, you know, interesting flanks, cool angles, and like just better timings from their side at times. But unfortunately, map not going in the direction, but it is a BO3, and it is their map pick of Ascent coming up next. So, you know, that maybe an easy chance for them to be able to pull it back. With Sunset out right afterwards too, we could go to all 3, but we'll have to wait and find out after this short break. So we'll see you back here in just a couple of minutes. Don't go nowhere. See you soon.
watch you explore. Imperfect visions, like I've been here before. Falling faster, I try to ignore. I see you, I see you. I'll let you drag me to hell if you hold my hand. Tell me this is real and it will never end.
Well, let's get back into it, shall we? You know, things.
sense to me.
Hope you enjoy your time to breathe a little bit. Got yourself some water. You know, maybe went to the bathroom. Maybe you saw your mom. You know, who knows? I don't know. I didn't see her yet. But point is, though, we're gonna go see some Valorant instead here, Paul, as we just come back from a fun little haven and a nice, very close game that we saw between two collegiate teams.
Yeah, decent game there from both Conestoga College and OTSU. OTSU walking away with it, but it was their map. And I think they were a little bit more comfortable with the ideas of their composition. That being said, it was still very close, despite the fact, like, 4-round gap. I mean, the top player on each team had the exact same KD. They were within 14 ACS of each other, one first kill of each other, and they were both Jet players. This is a very back-and-forth matchup. You have to wonder if that, like, bonus round conversion didn't go through in the very first half. Probably would have been even closer, but we can wipe it away for now. Focus on Ascent. And here, I think, again, the big composition, or the big question is going to be compositions. The big composition is going to be questions? I mean, it could be both. I guess both works in this specific context. Because I'm wondering what both sides are going to be playing. Is it going to be another aggressive comp from Conestoga? Is it going to be another very defensive comp and defensive-sided comp at that from OTSU? Or are we going to see some swappies going on?
Yeah, both teams tend to lean towards their defensive sides clearly. So, you know, like an Ascent, especially to attacking an Ascent is hard.
Yeah.
It is a very tough task, and you know it is on OTSU to pick up defense first. We also need to have a strong first half, or else their second half might be a bit abysmal. But that's of course just my assumption, though, until we get to see the ages and what their ideas might be, though. But a quick note that I want to put out, Paul, because we've been staring at these games all day, because gamers, your eyes are taking a beating out there, but Buy Blue Lights has you covered, right? Look, the premium blue light glasses keep you sharp, focused, and ready for victory without the LDI strain, right? Level up your game and protect your vision, and check out Buy Blue Light today. Official eye care partner of the NECC, BYEBluelight.com. Thanks.
There you go. I should get some of my lights are so bright on my face, you know.
Yeah, it makes you look like a strange tomato that hasn't had enough time to grow.
I can't cast with this guy. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
You're all right there,
Prod,
bud?
pull the
Okay?
plug. Pull the plug.
Yeah,
now
God,
I'm more of
pull
a
the
tomato
plug.
because I've been laughing. How dare you do this to me?
Yeah, sucks to suck.
All right.
But speaking, but you know, we haven't got ages just yet, right? But you know, point is though, is that we should also talk about the other great things, such as being made in Wisconsin. Goes great with gaming, like Wenzel's Farm, legendary Wisconsin meat sticks since 1977. 14 mouth-watering flavors. Meet your heart out, Pauls, with legendary Wisconsin meat sticks, 1977. Thanks.
They're pretty good too. I got to try some when we were at the big collegiate LAN in May out in San Antonio. They're really good.
San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah, what was the flavor I really liked? I think it was like the jalapeno something.
Jalapeno is always a banger flavor. Dude, San Antonio is the one city in Texas I've not been in, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was really nice. The river walk, well, we didn't do the full river walk, but the actual, I saw the river at least, and it was really pretty. Yeah, I enjoyed
It
it.
seems cool. Yeah, I like rivers. Also, I like agents too. But
Very similar comp from OTSU. They have just subbed out the Viper for a Deadlock, which I think Deadlock actually on this map, has been a little
Fantastic.
bit of a sleeper pick historically, but recently people have been waking up on it. A vastly different composition from Conestoga. They are running Chamber for Mornu, which isn't terribly surprising, was at least on the Jet. You know, that op role is similar. Beanster over to the Yoru, and Tame the Beast onto the Vice.
So we're relying solely on Bush for info and leaving Mornu to pretty much kind of probably solo hold sites, probably on the second half here. And for OTSU, I do wonder how they play this right now. I'd be interested in terms of their angles of what they hold, but Mornu early pick again taken. And OC Mercy second though gets out, realizes first shot doesn't hit.
Nice.
And taken away, there's all in sight. So not much to do about that though. A good clean start for Conestoga here on Ascent.
A solid A split. Not much else to say there.
Spike
Completely
planted.
pinning down OC Mercy. And despite being able to get a little bit done, feel like OTSU are about to struggle. Bush Llama in a very dangerous spot, though. I mean, how are you ever going to survive there?
You know what? It was an idea for sure, but I'm assuming he thought he was better. But for Finster, though, this might have been a more tougher position. Completely tagged the right click from Mornu. Taking 4. That was insane that they both just died. That shouldn't have happened.
Mornu
Okay.
with the second pistol 4K of the series, back-to-back pistol 4Ks, and this one much more absurd. Yeah, those right clicks. My classic doesn't do that, man. The second I saw him turn into 2 players, I was like, this is Sewer and Haven all over again. He turned into way too many, but they just couldn't hit him enough. Had like 10 HP. Absolutely unreal that Conestoga are able to walk away with that. I mean, the post plan positioning there was not my favorite. I gotta be honest, Ravish.
Sound like a goddamn gremlin, bro.
I'm just saying, they can't do that too many more times.
They can't do that, and they shouldn't have done that either. See, OC Mercy, a confident peek up, and after that first shot not hitting, I feel like you've got to get out of there. So, you know, easy first pick taken up, and it'll lead them to probably try to get one more. Tame the Beast actually falls, and they get a ping onto Beast, who's over towards the right side of Orso Speedway, but he's just stuck with Finster pushing against them. That's the clone, so all 3 there, but like they'll have to just take their chances and just dry peek out of this.
The door is about to be broken, so Beanster has to pull off that angle and worry about something else. Paranoia at the ready from YG, though, and I mean, that's got to be the name of the game. Yeah, not much you can do there.
Right click again.
Mornu, enough with the right click. You're on Chamber. Use the util pistol. Come on, man.
But this is great for Conestoga though. As previously, you know, there was they were down a decent bit the first couple rounds, and they would have been again. Remember, we said it needed to be on OTSU to have a good first half, and this is, you know, a bit of a tougher start.
And the fact that Conestoga have been able to do get the pistol on their attack spells good things, because I think both these compositions are going to be very much favoring the defense. So a couple more decent rounds from Conestoga, and I think they'll be sitting pretty going into the second half. Now, that being said, that's a long way from right now, so still have to keep your wits about you.
And we'll see if OC Mercy can possibly turn this round. Sees 1. Ooh, easy first shot. Oh, but the swing out into 3 though. So unlucky from him. And I feel like if I'm OC Mercy, I think that's the 3rd time it's happened to him. So I'm like, hey dog, maybe I should get my 1 and leave.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't TP out there. That's one of the benefits of running the chamber, is the security
Exactly.
of holding a position like that. Overcommits while the Deadlock was still holding on to market. Very passive positions, too, for most OTSU players, except for OC Mercy. And if Valentine gets cleared here, they're in trouble.
Does luckily get seen, but not cleared, though, but forcing him to back away all the way onto the B site. So now, with them realizing that all the heat that's going on towards A, at least with 1 cleared out, they'll have a chance to at least move it through A main and possibly take this. But they clear all the back sites, so that they should know they are coming towards A. No smoke down just yet.
Love this contact play from Conestoga. Just going until you
30
see somebody.
seconds
Yeah, the low health Valentine is a perfect target. Swift on a nice angle, though, at least makes him Makes it costly.
Enemy remaining.
Costly, rather.
Oh, that god damn.
Where was this Swift on map 1?
That's what I'm saying. That was clean.
It was just mechanically clean.
good for you, Swift.
I love it,
bro.
Wow,
I'm maybe 6 feet too.
the commitment onto the tour de force here for round number 4 of the half, Conestoga. I have to wonder what the plan to set Monyu up is. They've been trying to punish, I believe. Yeah, it's just going to be trying for a mid punish. OC Mercy has been there over and over again. I think we're going to see a couple of players swing out low mid to try and set up Monyu to win the fight against OC Mercy. But OC Mercy playing a much more passive angle off the sound sensor this time.
This time though, they seen first early on and clear right away. So just rough timings, and Finster not gone too. So a 3v5 early boost forces Holders to make sure not give up pizza, but he's gonna get sandwiched in between the two of them. Should know that's a fake. They're not turning around.
Thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, so these days you never know, man. Was Beanster there? Oh, Beat, just clean flick, one tapped, two of them in this round. So now, OTSU, this is a bit of a forlorn option, yeah.
I'm really liking this renewed confidence from Beanster. It doesn't feel like he should be getting away with these just slow walks onto angles, getting picks all over the place. But I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Did get spotted there, I believe. So is not cooked.
He wins. Oh, dude, he shouldn't have. Okay, thank God.
Yeah, I mean, if he won that one, I think I have to quit. I think I'd have to leave if he won that one with util out.
But nonetheless, this is a fantastic start from Conestoga.
And it's just felt very, run of the mill, honestly. Conestoga aren't doing anything incredibly fancy. They're punishing mid. They're looking for picks. They're getting picks. They're going.
Yeah. It's like it's just it's as simple as making a pizza pie, It's like you go ahead, roll out the dough, make the cheese, put it in the oven, bada bing, bada boom. That's it. Tail sauce, but leaves them now to at least play much more careful. They're double holding mid this time, and still leaving OC Mercy around. But Boo and still looking to hold a main. And they'll have the LMG with the Ares. They spam down really close angles if they can find them, but instead, it's just pings, darts, and A to the lane.
I like this pivot from Conestoga. With so much util invested so early, they know that it's going to be an aggressive reposition. They got the smoke out. They got shock darts out. They don't need to overcommit. They got rid of a lot of the deadlock util as well. Just a slow clear. They realize nobody's hiding in one, and they can just pop this whenever they like. Swift might be good for one, but he's spotted by that. Well, it still gets the one, actually.
Yeah, I mean, not bad. Almost got two in the bush flam as well, too. I believe he did, like, some ping damage, but nonetheless, clears out all of A site and leave one. OC Mercy finally getting his comeuppance with the op release, but it's a 3v4. They're all centered around A. None to go towards A main. They're just all on site from here, so have to be just a quick take, in my opinion. I look to rush in, pass the jet dash, but gets spotted. Some massive dart there, realizing where they're at. It's gonna be tougher to just pop right in. Be like Valentine to go rushing first, popping one by one. Valentine bush lob actually gets two of them right up top, leaving OC Mercy. So have to save the up.
And the difference between the compositions here is clear. The Yoru versus the Deadlock. Yeah, sure, Deadlock is better at getting you information and holding things, but the Yoru has actionable utility with agency, right? When Beanster throws that flash after the recon dart is huge there from Bush Llama, forces everybody away, and Beanster's able to hold that space with just the flick of the wrist on that flash. Then him and YG are able to set up close to enable Bush Llama at the long angle to just decimate. I mean, that becomes an impossible swing for OTSU. If they had a Yoru of their own, they could have flashed out that corner and maybe made something of it. But with Swift dead, there's no flashes on this team. They have no way to clear space except by going.
Yeah. We're going to sunset. We're seeing map 3. I'm just I can sense the vibe and feel of this game, and Conestoga playing with so much confidence, right? Like they're not afraid to go on to swing any angle, and just the fact that Beanster just gotten so many illegal kills already. I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it. No, I mean somehow OC barely gets that spam kill through the smoke, but I mean this right here is just so tough, right? Where you just have no guns. They'll just take A. And you were speaking a bit about how the competition wants to play, and I feel like if you're OTSU, it's like you have to fight a lot more for map control, especially with things like that, like a chamber, because you can't just give things up. What? Hold on. Wait a second. Wait. Rewind. Back up. One more. Ultimates. Still dead.
Oh my word, the annihilation will pop eventually. Does it get him before the end of the round? No, it didn't even get him. YG even survives. That's unfortunate there for Boo. I mean, honestly, a much closer round than it should have been. The spam damage from Swift and OC Mercy as Conestoga were going onto the site is palpable at the very least. And, you know, that's one of the things. Confidence can at times be a double-edged sword. Very confident round from Conestoga. They didn't slow down at all going toward A, but they got so spammed, they took a lot of damage. Their positions were all given away. It became dicey. But they're still holding on to this, and
Ooh, okay.
That went right by the ear.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get one there though, but I think Boo definitely knows that probably gets better judgment to not peek this, and so with the smoke going down to protect them on A main, but this time Conestoga will not rush out so quickly. Previously just giving up the space and leaving, but they'll leave one behind, rotate over.
Conestoga have been fluid on the map here. Boo on an unorthodox angle here.
Half
the way the position doesn't hold the nerve against the clone.
The smoke down here too, just in case that Aiden lets it pop up. We'll leave the flash to allow the chamber to get into B in a close angle, but Valentine now as well, having to use their util, getting caught out, and lots of info being just handed over to Conestoga.
OTSU are just bleeding space and information on the map. Now they have the right read. They have 4 players heading toward B.
30 seconds left.
Let's see where he's pinged. Oh, okay. Have to reposition, turn the timing. Boo gets his one, but Moni's makes his way through pizza. And I have 2 more taking over, though. This is just a complete annihilation, I could say. For the rest of the side, but they have 10 seconds. They have to plant. Ultimate has to stop this quick first shot. And now it's survival is the name of the game. As they have to stop him some way, somehow. He's gonna run at him, but he's not gonna stop him in time. Oh, Moni didn't go through the smoke, afraid of the rest of them. The paranoia to take, and YG to clean up.
What a clutch round from Conestoga. YG specifically at the very end there. The spam to delay just for the tag. It's not even for the kill onto OC Mercy. It's just for the tag to slow you down so that you can't walk into the smoke, get the shorty kill. OC Mercy denied at the very end, stopping. Absolutely unreal. And then YG, I mean, the perfect paranoia at the end to clean up. So well done. I mean, Conestoga, they were bouncing around the map. That did not feel like a round they should have won. And I think Chips is feeling the same. Hey, guys, they had 9 seconds to plant the spike. Like, how did...
Yeah, that, again, was not great. And if you remember last time, is OTSU to call a timeout right away, even when they were up around 4-1. So I'm surprised they're calling it this late though, but you know, being 5 rounds down is not the worst thing, but you know, they're probably hoping, if I'm OTSU, hoping for an 8-4 half, which is your best case scenario, in my opinion, from here.
It's not even 5 rounds, just 5 rounds down. It's 5 rounds down on the defense, which is what they picked, with a defensive composition that has basically no flashes. The OTSU's comp has no teeth on the attacking side. It would require error, unforced error from Conestoga for them to be able to have this same sort of success on their attacking side. And now on an eco, I mean, 8-4 is maybe even generous.
Yeah, I mean, they get the sensor at least to spot it to slow them down. But with this save, there's not a ton they can necessarily do to slow down the rest of the team take that they have. Look at the Cades on the speedway to give them a couple of seconds for this thing to catch up, but realistically, we're just pelleting shots into the dark and hoping one of them finds the light.
And I mean, a 5v5 retake against full rifles feels undoable. 4v5 retake against full rifles feels undoable. Not even a Blade Storm here for OTSU. It's just going to be a slaughter.
2v5 retake. Yeah. He gets one.
One enemy remaining.
But yeah, it's just one taken though. Finch taking it. This is so-called sunset, right? It's I find A is
hey, you had a I'm thinking more and more that you had a phenomenal call earlier.
yeah, perhaps so.
And it's tough.
But
looking at OTSU's composition, you think of it as defender-sided, but actually, the Deadlock and the Chamber, both technically being Sentinels, don't really have many ways to hard stop opposing teams. Most of their Sentinels, will have some sort of molly or, tripwires or cage, something, right, to hard stop an enemy team. This Sentinel duo has exactly one. Just the grid from Deadlock actually forces a stop from the attacking side. That's only if you're alive to use it. I mean, this is untenable.
yeah, this is a little bit rough, bro. This is definitely extremely unideal. I find if you are OTSU, because you just cannot find any semblance of control on your defensive half, and this seems to be an 8-1 to be given over. So if Vince just wants to save his gun, dog, leave him be, man.
I mean, there's so much time and so much money. No reason not to hunt this rifle down, force them to a full eco. Don't give OTSU even a sliver of hope to claw their way back into this game.
Yeah. You definitely heard of that. He shoots. Oh, no, they know where he is. Oh.
Yeah, it's tough.
Got a little bit trigger happy. This is... Run, brother.
Here come the sharks, smelling blood in the water.
Heard that heard that door go down. Has to switch for where he is. Sees him. Boom.
Oh,
damn.
Not the drop shot, man. That's tough.
Raindrop.
Back to an eco here too for OTSU. I mean, the clouds get darker and darker. I'm not seeing much of a silver lining for OTSU. We were very much expecting this game to be, oh, well, both sides are going to struggle on their attack a little bit. They've had double Sentinels, but, then it'll be a matter of inches. This is miles. Fathoms.
Yeah, this is definitely a rough start to be given over for themselves, but nonetheless, we'll see what could possibly happen if they can perhaps just find some control around, but a save for themselves one against again, where they just hoping to take pick by pick. And it's Boo to start things off. Should be able to recover a gun. This is suddenly very doable.
And OC Mercy has them locked in here. They can't just charge through mid. They're probably going to lose at least one to Mercy. That's what it's... Oh, never mind. That's my fault, OC. That one's on me. I cast your curse that.
Yeah. Unlucko bucko. But I'm gonna leave them at least now. You're just hoping for maybe a small reprieve where they get maybe a gun back, maybe shot back. I don't think he actually matched the full one, so Annihilation won't do much here. But they'll leave them in a 2v2 where there's hunting, hoping, waiting. Boss sees them. Pop out, smoke. Ooh, push long as a run.
30 seconds.
A little bit early on the timing there. Would have thought that smoke timing would have been calmed. But Burst Llama can now just play containment. 5 bullets, though.
Planted. Not ready. Cover going out.
We're saying this is suddenly a lot more doable. Unless YG doesn't take both, right? Oh! Whips on the first. Has a drone out too. Couldn't do it. OTSU.
Thank you.
A small light between the storm.
Yeah, I mean, Boo shining a flashlight in the hurricane. It's something at least. Still a difficult situation, but a Thrifty, I mean, hey, you'll take it. Maybe that 8-4 could be within their grasp. Maybe. But I think that the question just becomes, did that actually look like a round that was a tactical change from OTSU? Did they do anything strategically different in that round, or was it Boo popping off? Because to me, it kind of looked like Boo popping off, which, credit to you, Boo. That looked pretty sick. You did a good job of catching off Conestoga players, but how many rounds can you do that in a row?
I believe they're calling for a small tech pause here, just real quick. Yeah, it's like it's still doing this. Well, maybe, you know, how often can they? We'll find out. Yeah, well, at least after 2 seconds, so we get.
Yeah, seems like we've
so we get a
lost
couple-
Valentine momentarily.
Yeah, unfortunato. Valentine might have kicked his PC a bit too hard. Happens to me all the time. You know, because I don't know about you.
He's celebrating too hard after Boo wins that round. Like, yeah, accidentally punches monitor.
Yeah, his monitor, which is up here. Yeah, he's just
Yeah,
he
it's
does
up here.
that.
Obviously, you don't play Valorant like this.
No, well, you know what? You know how I play usually is because
not?
because my chair is so high, I actually swing my feet, so I keep kicking my PC because like.
Sorry, bro. I didn't realize I was casting with someone who should be at the playground on the swing.
I'm casting with one of the kids you coach, bro. It's true.
Oh man.
As I believe, I believe I need my own tech suddenly, as I'm just.
No, it was me.
You know what? It was both of us. It's fine.
Maybe the entire internet is collapsing, and we just don't know because we're here enjoying collegiate Valorant.
All of AWS is falling apart, and we just don't know. Someone stuck a screwdriver inside Amazon Web Services.
Oh man, we're going back into the game. Valentine's back in. Thankfully.
Yeah. Dude, whenever I try to fix like my internet, I always you know that meme with the guy standing in front of the server just with his hat off, like just back, just looking at it.
Off the top of my head, no, I don't know that one.
No, don't worry, it's fine. I'll
Bro,
find
Finster, you good?
it. Yo, dog, you all right?
Bro, he is vibrating. He is rearing to go, rather.
Okay. Here. He wants in. There you go. I found it for you.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that meme in my life, actually.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I thought you were about to reference the one where it's the two guys and the one is at the computer fixing things and the other one's behind him just looking concerned.
Oh, that's the Drake and the Lil Yachty meme, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, because that's the word he's like, oh, that's why. I was like, you know, that's that's the,
No, I don't think that's the
know,
one I'm thinking of.
maybe not, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's
Bro, we're a couple of unks talking about memes anyway. Oh, I just
we're falling
realized,
back in.
dude,
What?
if we were trying to pick more modern memes, we should have made a 6-7 joke on the first map, but oh well. Too late for that. OC Mercy. Nice shot. And that, I mean, that's the Yoru pick. Conestoga are going to have a much harder time without Beanstar around. They don't have flashes. They're just going to have to slow walk everything. And OC Mercy, I mean, hey, this tech pause, he's warmed his hands back up.
Oh, okay. Feeling suddenly way more confident, you know. Conestoga suddenly getting caught off guard a little bit by the sudden aggression and clean shots. I guess that tech was what they needed. Damn, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, now we have 50 seconds kind of just to chill. I don't think there's much else Conestoga is going to do right now. The money is good, but even still, the 2v4 doesn't feel particularly winnable without a pick. And this stack from Ontario, I actually really enjoy. Just everybody on A. If we have to retake B, so
30
be it.
seconds left.
But we don't want to give this site over. We want to be able to trade off each other.
Yeah.
Last player standing.
Well, it was the pick you were talking about, but I think the rest might not necessarily be possible. The YG caught, yeah, they definitely heard that little And
YG does not have the spike nor the ult, by the way. Has to get a pick to even consider planting. Gets the pick, but it's just way too late. At this point, needs to go for both kills. Just...
Where the ult was.
Okay. My heart leapt into my throat for a moment, but I'm fine.
I thought he collapsed. If that's a Vandal, he collapsed. That... That's
good.
crazy. That's so insane.
All comes out in the wash for OTSU.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit of stain on their record, but they can clean that away. Valentine going for the glass cannon operator here. But it's just going to be, I think it's just going to be Ascendant from Conestoga.
Yeah. Odin time as well. They'll have this, they'll hold them themselves by B. Not gonna necessarily catch them. One more. Oh, but second barely not able to be found. Paranoia as well, so not gonna hit the TP to get another sight. So the Beaster now in. This is a great take. And now A, rightfully so in their favor. How does OTSU get back into this?
Hunter's Fury to deny the plant. Beanstar with a really aggressive position. Can't afford to die while the Hunter's Fury is going out. Needs to hold this as long as possible, especially now that YG has not been able to commit to the flank.
Sees as well. Good flash, but not gonna find it. Bush Lama though instead clean up two more. Over by a tree. It's making it 3v2. Now they're up over by Heaven, so they haven't been able to clear out all the sites just yet. Team the Beast not to come around. It was OTSU on their last legs, and again caught by the same angle by YG.
YG couldn't get them both last time, but gets them both here without a doubt. No 8-4, 9-3 in Conestoga's favor on their map. I mean, they were just slaughtering for the majority of that. A couple of rounds toward the end where I think Conestoga looked a little bit less committal, a little less confident. OTSU starting to get back in the rhythm of things like they were on Haven, but largely it was OTSU's comp just not able to stop much of anything.
And we were saying that the best case scenario is an 8-4, so 9-3 is, you know, I guess second best.
Gotta get the pistol.
Sunset
is inevitable if OTSU don't get the pistol, and more.
Sunset is Thanos, exactly, yeah. But yeah, this is. Oh, damn,
dude! The comeback to it is crazy. When your TP's away and says, "No, actually, let me run that back real quick. I want to try that again." Just running a fade on the other chamber, man.
That's crazy. He just keeps doing it. Bush Llama right click, not gonna land. So, but at least allow a Valentine to walk his way through, get onto A. And that K is gonna do a lot for them. Just keep them on the outside. A 3v3. But mourn you. You know, has to be the saving grace. Is won by logs. Cage stopping two with on the outside. They have to come through pizza. I'll be on Taming the Beast. The Posse find the first. And Fincher dead. A second taken. Just left alive. Can he recreate the magic of the right click? Check the smoke. YG instead gets him back first.
Yeah, I mean, Mornew's just huge in that round. Even without the, I mean, only one bullet in the Headhunter. Plays the position perfectly, swings with perfect timing, and even softens up Swift at the very end with a nasty flick. I mean, you're just working with the classic, but he's still got the headshot too. Mornew on this chamber has been unbelievable so far. Now, I mean, of course you're going to give him the outlaw for the anti-eco. Why wouldn't you?
Well, now from here, for OTSU, things seem to be, fortunately, heading a bit out of control for themselves. And they're hoping that, hey, you know, maybe we find a bonus, right?
Yeah, they gotta flip this for anti-eco, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even enough to win your anti-bonus in the next round. Like, Conestoga only have to deal damage in the third round to feel even vaguely comfortable. They're almost certainly going to be on 11-3, especially now that they got that early pick on Swift. Mornew has full control of mid. I mean, at least the Owl Drone is punished, but you can't find the timing to actually get onto the site because the spike is all the way on the other side. Okay,
Hold on.
Hang on, winnable.
Yeah, wait, this is suddenly a lot more doable than it was a couple seconds ago. No, I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry. This is I thought that was just right there.
Dude, Valentine has luck against players that are jumping and moving around.
He's just my brother. He needs to hop on a Kovacs playlist to make sure that he gets those bouncing targets, man.
Dude is just the opposite of like a T-Rex, you know? If they're moving, he can't see them.
What an insane pull, dog. You are 50. You but leaves the leads now then with a 2v2, but guns recover for only about one of them, so they'll just have to just play this best they can. Blue finds one up top and saves the day. A desperate Thrifty to keep them in the game.
Boo with yet another saving grace of a round for OTSU. I mean, there's a lifeline now. It's thin. It's long. It's still a very dark ocean that OTSU are trying to tread water in, but at least there could be safer shores on the horizon.
I mean, a lot of things could be going better for them if we're not about saving shores, but nonetheless, I think they'll take what they can get here, and it has to snowball from exactly here. It has to be clean to 5th, and then a gun round take. If they can manage to get it to 6 with guns into their hands, then they found a lifeline for themselves, but it has to be now and here, and that's how you start. Yeah, that is a cough away by him. Tame gets one, though. Okay. Swift gone.
Hello?
Beanster? One more? No. Okay. All right. We save the Odin.
It's 3-3.
It's fine.
Vandal recovered. Are we going to have a re-thrifty?
Maybe. Possibly.
That Vandal's also recoverable, by the way, because they closed the door.
Spike planted.
Yep.
Yeah, Mornew's going to go get that rifle.
Yeah, he should really get that right away here. He's both shotguns to get a post up hell and then one on the swing and then go from OC Mercy. This feels losable. I don't know.
Mornew's got a rifle, man. Owl drone going to spot. There's not really anybody heaven. The site largely cleared out. Mornew spotted. That's tough.
Okay, that's big as well. So they take with the triangle, so they should know the second one is supposed to be heaven. There's Bush Llama, one more. All right. That owl drone is so clutch there, actually.
Yeah. I mean, completely stops anything in the track. You saw how low the players were, too. Boo and Finster both very much in the red. But OC Mercy's positioning was good. He was going to be hard to dig out of A main either way. And we do not get the re-thrifty. But now, I mean, here comes the, like, Sisyphean task for OTSU. You're going to have to win gun round, eco, gun round, eco, gun round, eco, even to catch up. Yeah. Much less win this and win the series 2-0.
No. I'm here for the close map. So, OTSU. The stand must start here. And from Mornew, he's been a fan of taking these close picks. He's been a fan of just aiming down sights and hoping to just get pop one out and head off. But Boo, he could be the first one popped here. And he is indeed. Bye-bye.
There goes the clutch player OTSU has relied on in a couple of these very pivotal rounds. Full mid control for OTSU.
Oh.
Bright side on this attack, but where do you go with this mid control?
And the Beasts are finding one more, though. I guess the choice has to be A here, but considering the Vise is locking down 3 crucial points, you'll just hope at least make your way in if you can. And it's on Tame to hold him off. They're not aware that he's even here, and that's big from him. Flash the spot, Tame. So they'll find one more, but Swift clears them out at 2v3. But they got Spike down here. They might be able to stop this. Well, Beats are going all the way around. Stops the Spike. A big first shot, second out, take it. And they're going to shorty him in the face. Not even as the judge, in fact. So, 11-5. Conestoga get the control back.
And the Odin's recovered. Conestoga right back to business the second they get rifles in their hands. Excellent stuff. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to have a chance to take it later. Might as well get one more timeout in. But it's difficult for OTSU to attack with this composition. So what could this timeout say? Yes, there was a weak mid, but it was clearly a weakness Conestoga were comfortable with, right? Like they're leaving the util there because they'd rather stack the sites. They've got Mornew on B, so yes, it's technically the weak site with 2 players, but is it that weak of a site? You're running into the enemy chamber. The dude's been popping all day. And even if you get onto the B site, now you're contending with the Dimensional Drift and the Steel Garden coming from across the map. So even a 3v4 retake is very doable for Conestoga in the coming round. OTSU, they have to not just get into a good position. They need to get into a dominant position pretty quickly, and keep in mind they have a slow composition because only the Jet can go fast, and there's almost no utility to support that speed.
And it leaves them now to think as to what they actually get done in terms of their holds, right? Because you were talking about it before. Their side takes are pretty tough, so unless they're just like you're saying, just rushing on in. Right, and it is with Jet and Paranoia set up over towards B. I guess is looking towards mid control early on, so they'll possibly find anything they can. Maybe separate the players, but this is just a 3-person B push.
Yeah, I mean OTSU get this mid control. There's no question of that. It's just a question of how quickly can they leverage this mid control into something actually threatening. But when you have such a deep position in B, I mean, Conestoga know it's not B. Tame gets taken down, but Beanster's still in a pretty good spot for A main as well.
It is a confident start at least, and so now with the revise down, so they know they're not gonna be able to actually hold down A. Quick flip from Finster, leaving YG on the outer ends. A 5v3 with door being closed, and so we're gonna leave one behind. I see Mercy watching the outside angle to see everybody looks flanked by mid. The second also taken, so just that spike, just barely not gonna find them. But I mean, Conestoga honestly worried about the eco. Refrag taken, easy, re-upping. I'm warning you, has to get out of there. But they got more than enough money to rebuy here, so they're not too worried, I think. Ouch.
Yeah, just deal some damage.
Yeah.
Make the long game a more difficult prospect. Oh, okay, it's fine.
Nice. Okay.
And I think that round really came down to Beanster being the fulcrum of the defense there. Beanster had to either get that pick or live, and goes for a little bit more again because of that mid control. The hole in mid can be a problem if OTSU are able to continually do stuff like that, where they put enough pressure to pull these players out on the periphery of the map, on the edges of the map, and then they punish those players as well. The information game is not easy for Conestoga, and they clearly felt that round that they had to go for those dry clears.
Get out of my way.
And for now, from here, they've got 3 ultimates available on both these sides. Tame the Beast also, unfortunately, with the eco situation, has Steel Garden available, like you're saying. Already toward the Force and Bladestorm also popped up early on. And the Steel Garden is going to be a crucifix as to whether or not they actually hold this site. As he was early to fall, the one goes down. Valentine there, stuck and taken away. That's one ult. Not gone. Dimensional Drift also a potential for finding the rest of the team, but that's a rough start.
OTSU simply can't go for this. I mean, yes, they have the better guns. This should be a round they win, but they cannot risk overcommitting to a site where there's a Tour de Force and a Steel Garden. They will get their gun advantage will quickly be flipped on its head.
Teleport stopped.
And that's the ult now also to find the information on the rest of them here. Now Mornew peeks out.
Yeah.
Oh, take it away just as quickly. And what was a good start after the timeout, just as fast was taken away. Steel Garden not gone though, but let the contend against the Oppa Mornews, who they know is right around the corner. They'll force them down at least, and they'll just try to see if they try to get one that barely misses his leg. Spike should be planted.
Spike planted.
Beanster in a very dominant position now too. Has a rifle recovered. This is still a very winnable round.
Ooh. Does actually Racing manage to find him. Beanster also taking one more of the Odin. Not gonna be enough. And Conestoga, just as quickly they went down one, they get one back. And it leaves them finally match point and one away. Take us to sunset.
And the shots are flashy. Obviously, the retake is phenomenal from Conestoga, but the unsung hero of that round is YG. YG with the From the Shadows, gets a perfectly timed spot over into B main. The only plan OTSU even could have gone for, and they were starting to consider, was bouncing all the way across the map because OC Mercy was still on that lurk in B main. But YG spots him, and suddenly the whole jig is up. You know that the rotates are going that direction, but you also know that you're still contending with almost certainly the tour de force on site. So OTSU run out of options, and now 6-12, they're running out of time.
I see once again that they managed to make one more stand. Doesn't seem to be the case. So Valentine once again, first one down. Unlucky from him. But they just keep getting one after one after one. And so if you're OTSU, you know it's about time to call it. Right? With 2 more falling and a 5v2, you have Spike available, but you are tagged, you are low, and only matter of time from here before the round and the map, unfortunately, is not going the direction.
It's
Spike
over.
down, B.
Boo had an opportunity. I mean, shuts down one, but isn't looking for YG now. And the flank is fatal. Conestoga sending us all the way to sunset, Ravish. Just as you predicted.
Indeed. I mean, look. You just saw just how much more confident they were on the map.
Oh, yeah.
It just made sense, you know, like, you know, especially on Haven too. You could have seen the other side. It was completely in their favor, and Ascent in theirs. And now for Sunset, it'll be a toss up on both of these sides. So, you know, we'll see what happens though. But I imagine we'll probably, you know, like get to like understand a bit of like who runs away with it. Probably. Yeah.
And I mean, that map just looked very night and day compared to Haven, right? Haven looked like a map where both teams had really solid ideas on their attack, but like the Achilles heel on Haven was very much the fact that Conestoga got to the defense and went, this comp on defense, run at them? No, we run at them, no work. How defend? But that was just not the case at all here on Ascent, despite running, again, you would think to be a traditionally defensive composition with 2 Sentinel, both the Chamber and the Vice on it, only the Yoru to really make space. I mean, just dominant as can be on the attacking side. Mornu looked, frankly, sick on the Chamber the entire map, didn't slow down on the attack or the defense, was just fragging the entire time. And Beanster, you mentioned it, looked ever more confident. The confidence on this Yoru compared to what we saw from like the Neon. Don't get me wrong, Beanster was still confident with the Neon, but it just did not feel the same whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, that is the ticket, right? Because more often than not, if you are down to just shoot the other person consistently and just take swings and you win, and nothing you do matters, right? Beanson showed that from round numero uno. A close second half, a little bit for those rounds. You were thinking it might go either direction, but nonetheless, as we land here and now, you know, we do get a game 3, and we kind of expected it with how close and breaky these teams are. 4-1 on both ends, and one of these teams will take the second loss here today. We'll find out who after this short break. We'll see you back in just a couple of minutes.
Came here to find memories show that I'm out of time. See a shadow, don't know if it's mine, but I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you.
ideally Hell Neighbor right now as we look towards map 3 of Sunset right about the corner as we find ourselves deadlocked between two collegiate teams who refuse to lose and refuse to play defense. I'm Ravish. That's Paul. What's up?
Well, hey, at least Conestoga, they didn't really have to very much. They played a good enough attack to where they could just play a couple rounds and they did just fine. OTSU, on the other hand, their defense, was a bit lacking, which is interesting considering that's what they wanted to do starting off on Ascent. I mean, normally that's what most teams want to do starting off on Ascent. It's very good to defend on Ascent, but either way, they got to reset pretty much everything. OTSU, I would argue. I don't think their approach was very favorable to them. Yes, we have seen pretty much exclusively defensive-sided compositions from OTSU thus far, but their one on Ascent really just lacked any kind of teeth, especially on the attacking side of the map, but even on their defense just wasn't able to stop Condor Esports in their tracks, even so much as slightly.
No RAR or XD from their side, unfortunately, but we'll just leave them now with the final map in front of us. Now, you're right there, Paul? You doing okay?
I'm fine. Why do you ask?
Nah, I just wondered because you seem to be getting redder than usual. So we'll leave. It'll leave us now with the final map in front of us, right? Once again, it is OTSU on the defense. So, well, I have to assume that there'll be changes. Once again, they have changed the compositions in every single map so far. I wouldn't mind the deadlock here, but I would love to see, like some with flashes. Okay.
I mean, dude, I get initiators are in a weird spot, man. But flashes are still like a critical element of the game. I think, if anything, the last two maps, very much, I have to feel that the ball is in Conestoga's court. They're going back to the Neon, which I understand it's a very popular pick on Sunset. I don't necessarily love it just because Beanstar was so good looking on the Yoru specifically, but hey, at least this is like a familiar composition for Conestoga. OTSU, hey, okay. That the Sage?
We've got a Sage from OTSU on the defense first step, right? And on the other end, there is there's just Sova. Dog, guys, Fade is really good. I promise Fade is good.
But Fade no do the thing I know how do. So me play Sova. Dude, and OTSU with this double Sentinel comp are going to start with a 5-player push mid into a this is going to be a bloodbath.
Well, let's find out who dies first. OC Mercy gets just one to pick them. One who takes the second, and they just ski tattle out of there as quickly as they got in. So Big Conestoga just pop in, find one, and Valentine to trade things away. So she will see the second, dodges the paranoia, but doesn't actually get the pick. And more, you confident enough to just swing in, right click, doesn't get him. But that paranoia, how did? Okay. Nonetheless, his teammates cover for him, and it's just Swift in a 1v dose. They thought to plant from this point on, have to cover and check every single other corner around here. Sees him, knocking towards the back, reload, and Bush Llama has to be the savior. Sees him, he's low though, much slower than Swift. And he can just look to hold down, bait this in, the jump in, right into Swift.
I was really impressed with Conestoga's quick pivot to B, and then equally unimpressed with the fact that in a 1v2, Conestoga are choosing to go for the plant. There was a minute on the clock. Play together. Yeah. Just play the numbers. The second the spike starts getting planted, Swift knows at worst is in a 1v1.
It's a pistol.
And Bush Llama's going around for the long lurk, leaving Swift on his own. There's no information for Swift. A bit of a baffling decision by Conestoga there that I really think cost them a situation where they had every advantage.
They did, yeah. But you know what? That's okay. Because now they get their first ouchies. Beast is gone. That's okay. Conestoga still have 4 people. They can
Beast has
probably
not
turn
been
this
allowed
around.
to play the game, man. These first 2 rounds, he has died in the first 10 seconds. I mean, not to his fault necessarily, but just unlucky.
Yeah, my man is having a tough day.
And that Sage Wall is obnoxious in this round, right? It basically forces Conestoga's hands toward the A site that is very nearly 4-stacked. I mean, there's not much you're going to be able to do here in this.
Yeah,
Eco
it's
round.
also 10:30 p.m. in the evening, you know, here in on the East Coast. It's late, I'm tired. I've got class in the morning. Valentine can't get out. Okay, unlucky, but still leave them with 2. He gets his 1. You know, on an eco, if you get 3, that's a good eco. So hopefully they get 2 more. For Conestoga's sake, but for OTSU, this is great. Ouch,
Spike
never mind.
down mid.
Yeah, it's tough. In the beast, at least with... Oh, I was going to say the draw, but OC Mercy gets it done with the bigger gun. No surprises there. Okay, actual rifle round from Conestoga. Now, keep in mind, that sniper rifle is not an outlaw. OC Mercy did not fully invest into that round. So there's not much of a reason that you couldn't go fast. You're not worried, even with the light armors on Beanster and Tame the Beast, you're not worried about an outlaw showing its head. Really, you just need to make sure you're clearing your corners. 3 players will still be on the A site, but it will be a full A pop from Conestoga. They gotta dot their I's and cross their T's here, Ravish.
Valentine has a Bucky. They're both in a corner. Let me see some pops. He whiffed. But that's okay because Finster is there to get 1 back. So he's a drone to see the rest of them. Brother, you have to get out of there. Never mind, comfort enough. Swift stays around. The paranoia, not enough to actually cover him. And Moni there with a 3K. Finally, a gun round. Worthy to be saved. He's not looking. He's not looking.
No.
Bye, bye, bye.
Wait,
A gun
this
taken
round is,
back.
I think, lost. Moinu's going to clear this out, but again, Swift is now stuck on the site. Or, I'm sorry, YG, rather, is stuck on the site.
He might be flanked here. OC Mercy has a little bit farther timing onto him, but sees him there. He wins the gunfights. It's massive on him. Onto Dice, but there's YG to save it again. Massive from him.
But what a costly round. 4 guns dropped for Conestoga. They're not going to have much going into what should have been a gun v gun round. Just, I said dot your I's and cross your T's, and I think they did an okay job of actually entering the site, but the second Tame the Beast drops, you have to be considering your flank, and with only 3 people standing, the A anchors did their job, right? They traded themselves well enough to give OC Mercy that opportunity. At least the Bladestorm is available here for Moinu, so it's not really much of a loss. Still largely a buy for Conestoga.
Yeah, and let's get French as well. Bladestorm alongside the 2 of the 4 supposed to get popped open. Finster, he goes into the fire. No, fire bad. Don't do that.
That's gotta be a misinput from Moinu,
Yeah.
right? I mean, she had to be trying to tailwind backwards instead of forwards.
For sure. If it could happen to Ye, it could happen to anybody.
It
It's
can
okay.
happen to anybody, man.
Yeah.
I mean, nerves decently high for this game. Both of these teams should be making playoffs, don't get me wrong, but that first seed on the line.
Really good. Ooh. Finster fortunately caught with a bit of a wider swing, so YG again clutching the day for his team, getting a crucial pick, and leaving them now with the option to just go flood into A, which he should be doing through elbow, possibly a 1-2 split to come all the way around. And Valentine has no idea and has to hold this by himself.
Certainly an uncomfortable position here
Tough.
for Valentine.
Yeah.
Just a little bit wide on the flick as well.
My ultimate is
Swift
ready.
getting 1 and getting out, though. Keeping this very
Damn.
doable, especially with all that damage on YG.
Yeah. YG again, they're clutching. That was another crucial pick there, because if he dies there, they completely lose the round, and now 1 by 1, they managed to keep themselves in the game. Ooh, spotted. Oh, can't find the click.
Is it a save
YG
on the Odin? I mean,
He's
1
super
3
low.
tagged up by the cam. I imagine you go for the save, but it's actually too late.
No charges left.
Bush Llama has wrapped
He's gonna
around. There's no chance to save here.
He's gonna try to maybe get the ping. He heard that, but it's the delay's too heavy. He's just dead, and now they lose Yoden, unfortunately.
Really nice round there by Conestoga. Got to shout out Tame the Beast, who plays safely in mid long enough to punish OC Mercy and deny that rotate from the B site. YG, of course, I mean, you know, we shouted him out in the last map. In this map, so far, the 2 rounds that they've won, feels like YG's been a hero, securing the round before when it almost went horribly awry, and then in this one, creating the opening that Conestoga were able to take advantage of. Hey, let's go A again.
It is sunsets. So
And it's a weaker A this time, too. The overdrive coming through mid, going to be heard at the very least.
YG gone, second
Hello?
taken.
Somebody hit him.
Valentine taking 3 with his ultimate, with both of them having guns. That should not be happening. Finally, mourn you falling, but this is a unprecedented times I'm seeing right now for Conestoga. For OTSU to get this round back, but just barely. My.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, a thrifty there. Yeah, I mean, there were some guns bought up by OTSU, but, like, you know, it was mostly, like, stingers and sheriffs there.
You know, I forgot about the part. You're right, my bad.
Conestoga, yeah, a little. I gotta say, for the fact that you can hit tab and see which ults are ready, I'm a little bit more surprised that Conestoga didn't at least expect something aggressive. Like, they just went for a business as usual, quick A main take, and Valentine rolled past them.
Technically giving over to Valentine, like you're saying.
Yeah.
So,
I'm out of here.
unluckily, him being caught will mean that they will not be able to hit them with the same sort of trap play again early on. So, no free pick, but finally a B take, and it's just Boo this time. Ooh,
Why?
barely get away
Why
with
is
that.
Mornew not thrown a rifle?
What a good question.
That's the entry, right? I mean, if he's gonna be on site alone, you should try and give him a rifle. Now the rotates have come in. This is a very hard site to take. It could have been free and clear, essentially.
I mean, the least finds their way in. Spike not down just yet, but they should know that they've firmly planted themselves inside
Spike planted.
the side. They should be watching every single angle here. So, A likely give it over. Now fall to retake. Blue coming over towards the back of the side. They see the head glitch over onto the Omen, so they know where he's staying at. But 3 of them watching over to its front means they have to come all the way around. They can't just stay here. They'll use their time to distract them, but for Shlama the Beast, winning their gunfights means that it's just on one being Finster lined up. That could have been deadly, but they stay alive.
Okay, Conestoga, credit where it is due. I think the entry there was a little bit hairy, but they at least fend off the retake well. Really nice timing there. They know the second that cage is going to drop. Nobody gets caught off by Valentine, who was waiting inside that cage for it to drop and to create an opening. The fact that Valentine is dealt with so swiftly and so confidently means that Bush Llama and Tame the Beast can group up and deal with the defenders flooding in from backside. So good work, Conestoga there. Keeps our game tied, and they've got a pretty significant ult advantage into this next round.
Very much so. He sneaks back in the paranoia. Beanster! Now the one to pop. OC Mercy. Doldo takes a hefty bit of damage for it. So leave them in the corner. Unfortunately, Boo hitting the wall more than he does more to you. An unlucky angle. Conestoga now finally playing much more confident after the previous round win.
3v4 not unwinnable. Hunter's Fury not in a spot to be used either. I mean, just rolled over. Valentine with a sheriff getting that? Hello?
Remaining.
Okay, quick sliding. Leaving just YG, and he's done this before. He could do this again, but he has the support of Mornew by his side. So, Conestoga. All right, pull things back, but for how long?
They're getting through these rounds by the skin of their teeth, man. I mean, the fact
Absolutely.
that Beanster is able even to get that round like available for them, sliding in under the door, dealing with OC Mercy, that in and of itself was dicey. Then you had the cheeky angle from Boo, well cleared by Mornew. Mornew and YG very much holding it down for Conestoga now in this lead. An Eco 2, perhaps a moment where Conestoga can take a breath.
Maybe the chance that they have, but previously Ecos have been, quite tumultuous for the team. OC Mercy not caught. It will mean he gets to reposition. I'll go all the way down to where Petra's angle. No. Not seen. Whiff. Wow. That. Yikes. Okay.
Nobody saw that.
We're gonna forget about that. We're gonna move on, and we're going to see how the team takes A. Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, Valentine's got a judge here. No way Bush Llama dies in that spot twice, man. Somebody give this man some support so he doesn't always have to look behind him.
Give him some milk, dog. That's crazy.
Oh, man. All right, but other than that, Konosuke gets through the round fine. No thrifties, no shenanigans. Now they got to contend with a pretty deadly gun round, though. Res available for Boo, so if you if you get a pick somewhere that isn't on the site you're defending, you can very quickly end up in a player disadvantage. Hunter's Fury's, I mean, still for both teams. This is a difficult map to get full, like, post-plant value out of the Hunter's Fury. So I'm expecting these Sovas to be a little bit more aggressive with it.
Let's see if they do use it early on to clear any sort of lanes, but currently the OC Mercy being pushed off. You know, he's been conjured previously, but just leaves in a once again the same A lane that we've seen so consistently. Sees the paranoia, that should be one. Checks him, second taken. Valentine so clean with it. And now
Timing there
Conestoga
from
has to
Moinir and
question the
Beanstra is
choices.
not ideal.
Yeah, that was tough.
It's a very high caliber skill play that they're attempting to go for. I mean, a tenth of a second was all they were off there. Moinir needs to be there a tenth of a second quicker. And because he wasn't, it was deadly. At least a tick back the other way. Teleport to clear out the site. Make sure that this plant can go off without much of a hitch.
Spike planted.
They'll actually managed to find them here, so they'll just leave them now here. No. Waiting for the retake to come in, like you're saying. The res also available on the Hunter's Fury, so not going to be used on either side. Yeah, same sort of reposition, so they know with one pinged, one taken, there's Hunter's Fury that we're talking about. Right? Just all down to the lake, consistently, all that's going to be the name of the game. Just waste time as much as possible. Tame gets one, the double peek there. Bit of a danger stack though, but still Tame with one more. And Bush Llama there to come around, none seen, and takes two so quickly.
Dude, you were talking about confidence. Bush Llama full swings out of smoke there into OC Mercy and just slaps him across the side of the head. I thought the second that Paranoia hits YG, who's playing the angle to try and deny off the Hunter's Fury, I thought the round was over. I thought OTSU had it for sure. But Bush Llama able to come back and, I mean, just absolutely dominate in the straight-up mechanical gunfight. There's really no reason he should be winning swinging out that smoke like that. Nice angle, too, from Tame the Beast, able to get rid of not only the player pushing short, but also swing back out and dispose of Swift so that Bush Llama only has to deal with the one gun as the defuse is going off. Conestoga, again, I mean, these rounds are close. They're hairy. But Conestoga are clinging on with those Condor talons. They're refusing to let go of them.
Nice. Yeah, they're just somehow, you know, like just eking their way out of this, whether it be balance on holding on elbow, just getting two so quickly, or like, you know, afterwards they're decided just full swing where they can. They're somehow making, I wouldn't say diamonds, but they're making, you know, better carbon out of the coal they're given. If anything,
it's on its way there.
Yeah, it's not shiny, but it's fuel. So I can put it in my car. But
Your car is coal powered?
I'm from 1910. Driving a steam locomotive. Ouchie! Mercy with one more. Second, not possible.
And Mercy actually, you know, transitioning into a point I wanted to talk about. It is not like Ascent here for OTSU. Yes, they're down several rounds, but it is not just them, you know, getting completely run over on these sites. They're putting up the kills. They're mechanically on par with Conestoga right now.
Oh.
It's just Conestoga are finding these moments where it feels like they're coming up with miracles over and over again. Against an overdrive, though, that's tough.
Speaking of miracle, it has to be here. That slide to get Valentine so good on that overdrive. Even with 30 health, though, just able to slide past 3 members and remove them. Or else that would have been, again, another round given over to Conestoga to land them at a 7-3. So, but hey, it finds a semblance. They at least get them way back in the game.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's a second wind for OTSU. Had they lost that round, I mean, it was a thrifty. They would have potentially had 2 more, but staring down the barrel of another 9-3 would have been very difficult. Now they get a full gun round. They can play for a decent half, a competitive chance to take first seed in this group. Moinu with the attacking op. This is a new adaptation from Conestoga. There is no reason OTSU should be expecting this.
The camera shot immediately, so that they should know that someone is there early, but they're not actually leaning towards just the full swing there either. Leaving three in, but I'm surprised they're actually not opting in to go deep mid more often, just leaving Moinu there. And mid gone, he has the dash. Swift is not gonna peek this, but speaking of ops, OC Mercy finds his pick.
Moinu at least going to trade it back. But this adaptation from Conestoga was to try and deal with OC Mercy. They expected the tour de force, and they wanted to try and go for just the op battle in mid unexpectedly. They didn't quite get that, but now they do get a vulnerable B site. They have to get past the slows. Who in a good spot.
Bladestorm then he will take the beast to take off the rest of his team. And Moinu should be able to find one more once the smoke goes ahead and dissipates though, but sees the person who's back on the side, and YG's there to wrap around and take down OC Mercy. So Finster not gonna get peeked on, but they are again what's in a rough position against 4. So they got can't go past him, unfortunately. Should be able to take him with the paranoia, but yeah, gun recovered.
I mean, it was a really nice round from Conestoga, honestly. Moinu doing so much heavy lifting, not only getting the pick, but I think even making the call. Like, hey guys, I got a pick in mid. Let's just pivot B. Let's not deal with the op. And then the updraft, just icing on the cake from Moinu, breaking the crosshair of Boo, making it so that there's just no worlds. I mean, if Moinu and Tame the Beast have to just walk out of the smoke and cyber cage and stuff, there's a very real chance Boo gets 2, maybe 3 there. But when you time it so well and Moinu is the distraction, surviving and everything, that's a much harder task for Boo.
Very much so. It makes things a way more tricky for the rest of the team for what they want to try to accomplish. But we'll leave them here for a faster B take from what we've seen previously. It's been A lean so consistently, it's leaving one on A instead. But the wall, like you mentioned previously, Paul, is that it just slows them down to such an nth degree where they just decide to exit.
There's still plenty of time here, though, for Conestoga. They've been bouncing around the map so quickly that, oh, I don't even think Moinu was spotted in mid by that owl drone. Because look at the rotate. It's going heavy toward A, but Moinu can do basically whatever he wants here. And the rotate, I mean, as far as OTSU are concerned, the owl drone didn't spot anything mid. They have no reason to think that it's a rotate. 3 players still on B, and that is not where they need to be.
Yeah, this is tough. Obvi up. Moinu faster with the flick. The Valentine again taking 2. Spots them on 4K for Valentine. Ridiculous from him to save the game potentially. And an ace
to
finally
finish it off. Yeah, he ain't no sweetheart, Conestoga. This Valentine giving you a big old rejection letter.
Been there.
I mean, what a round from Valentine there. It's just nasty stuff. But the question is, you know, it's a little bit, it's not quite as drastic. We go into a new half now. We go into a time where OTSU can now change the pace of the game a little bit now that they're going on the attacking side. But rounds like that do make me just wonder, like, is that what OTSU is going to have to rely on? We saw it on Ascent. Boo popped off multiple rounds in a row, but it wasn't enough to get them back into the game. Valentine, that's a flashy ace and a well-deserved one at that. And he had quite a few. I mean, he's top fragging right now for a reason. But can he keep that level of performance going into the second half? 7-5, much closer than Ascent. I'm not too worried for OTSU at the moment, but there's still that concern.
Yeah, as we do have to take a small tech as they this is the most collegiate reason ever. just to keep them at the facility, because like I said, it's late here. It's 10:50.
You guys over there are pushing 11. I'm West Coast, so you know this is fine for me. Keep going another 2 hours. No,
East Coast.
Let's make it best of
Coast.
5 instead.
Yeah, let's stay here forever. I don't want to go home. Well, what,
Well,
whatever.
we are.
I
We
said what I
don't
said.
want the
Whatever.
Players to go? No, let's not do that. Yeah, let's
I'm
get
gonna
back
leave
into the
my house.
game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go live under a bridge.
Jeez. All right, another pistol round here. OTSU, similar strat on their attack to their defense. They really want to lean toward mid. Conestoga, not quite the case for them. They're more worried about an A pop. And it is both their duos. Actually, 4 players on A right now. Monyu and Beanster can rotate very quickly, but the question is, how long can Tame the Beast last against 5 players pushing through that door?
Yeah. I mean, we'll find out right here, right now, because let's see. Valentine again has popped up previously. And so they're not leaving them in a position where they're just deciding to just rush in past them.
Tame the Beast here's position is actually critical, though. Is going to get full control of market. Mid has now been disposed of. This is a great staging ground for Conestoga in a 4v4.
This is Feds. Really interesting how they're looking to do this, right? Because, like, where they have the rest of the team, should be on Boo up top. Can't get it!
One enemy
And
remaining.
now 1 by 1. I thought this would have been a great round for OTSU, but unfortunately the pistol doesn't go the direction.
Wow.
And being sure to get the final. That fell out of the control very quickly.
Yeah, Beanstar, I mean, the shock bolt there, forcing the step. Just the tiniest bit of information, soft info and everything, but that's just enough for Beanster sliding out, breaking the crosshair, moving Boo along. Boo's not able to get anything on that angle, and that, I mean, that's just the flood out market for Conestoga there. Again, Tame the Beast, got to give him a shout out for being able to control so much of that space by just vaguely existing and not getting caught by such a quick play from Valentine.
Yeah, this is interesting, but here's the thing though. OTSU's bonuses have nothing to scoff at either.
Oof.
And it's exactly why, right? OC Mercy is always good for his one. Like, disgusting start for himself. So
I mean, it's like him, the 2 Sovas, and the 2 Omens that have all been playing the same agent throughout these 3 maps. And he's the only one that's not Sova or Omen. Chamber 3 maps in a row for this guy, and you can see why.
I mean, we'll see if we can find anything back here for the rest of Conestoga. We'll just slowly meandering around mid. OTSU shut off and slow the pace down. Completely cut off noise. But Beanster's so far up here. Should be able to find one, and they sees him. Spike drop, gets out, doesn't overplay his hand. Bush Llama unfortunately punished for that. On top, and sees that there's way too much. Doesn't want to die for it. We'll wait for the rest of his team to get here.
Yeah, I liked the idea there
30 seconds
from Conestoga, but I think the angle was a bit tricky, and Beanster's now in a very difficult spot.
Yeah, we'll get one from Tame. So,
Enemy remaining.
Hello.
I'm in 1v2. Oh, Bercy not seeing him. Unlucky, but one more round. A bonus finally in their favor. Conestoga maintain the control.
I mean, at least it's costly from OTSU, but I think there was an opportunity for them to do a little bit more there. I think they still had enough time where they could have waited out a smoke or two, tried to pin down one more player, but again, it's just an ego. I'm not going to be too harsh on him for that. Now rifles that truly matters. This, I mean, OTSU, it's not quite as dire as it was on Ascent, but still, you don't want to be staring down the barrel of a 5-10 where you've just lost the anti-bonus.
You know, this seems
Beanster's one
it
off
would be
the overdrive
deeply
too.
unideal. No way. I mean, like, if he gets to that, would be huge, but use the
Owl
drone.
drone to
It's
set him
just-
up. I mean, Stinger into an overdrive proc on your flank would be devastating. You have to expect somebody's here. The Owl drone that
Sees him.
deep.
Yeah, they just pop all the utility again. Again, Bush Llama gets
I'm getting
punished
deja vu.
for his mistakes. Oh man.
Bro, Beanster leaves him out to dry over and over.
He said, "Yo, that's crazy. Bye." I just abandons his boy. Inside smoke push out. What a nice swing for OC Mercy, but runs out of bullets. I'm more on you. At least they're to cover the rest of his team at 3v3.
This is
Full
actually a
flank
really
around.
awkward post plant for OTSU. I mean, they're all stuck on sight. They have no elbow. They have no back sight. They really don't know where anyone's coming from.
Well,
Okay,
now they have elbow.
it's a little bit less claustrophobic.
Yeah, they at least get elbow, so they get one back and back sight, and there's the front sight. Okay, so, hey, one by one, easy does it. See, Paul, you're away for no reason, man.
Look, it easily could have gone worse, but OTSU doing their due diligence. Nice read from Valentine there to expect Mornew to push all the way through and not double back through short. Now we get a full gun v gun round. OTSU, they got to be feeling a little bit more confident, knowing that they'll still be able to at least somewhat buy should things go awry in this round. And Conestoga, not so much the case. If Conestoga let this round slip through their fingers, we could very quickly be looking at a tied game.
Cover going out.
I mean, but let's see if that changes, though, because, like,
They found my wire.
OCSU has made their way back into the game quite quickly, but things have also fallen out of their favor as well, just as fast. All is taken just around, and there's just confident swings one after one. Tame the Beast is caught and stuck. More and use partners taken away. The swing, and not enough. OTSU finding their form slowly but surely.
YG's timing here is so critical. He's here so fast, no one would ever expect him.
No, this is one more left though. Is just taking them, ripping them apart. This is huge. Coming out from OTSU after a rough couple rounds, the gun finally going their way, and Conestoga hoping to find something, but unfortunately stopped at every single track.
And OTSU much more confident taking space here than they have been on literally any other map, and it's all because of Valentine now being on the Neon. On other maps, we saw problems where Valentine was on a pick. Hey, great, Valentine's a phenomenal player, but there's rarely been any util able to support Valentine pushing forward. But on the Neon, Valentine's his own dang support. Shock bolts sliding on in. He doesn't need anybody else's help. He'll roll forward. The dude is 25-12, and OTSU are down 2 rounds. This guy's nasty. Oh, at the ready. I mean, Conestoga, I doubt we'll even see the overdrive this round, but they'll be in trouble on their next gun round.
This.
We might see the other overdrive. Well, not
My
very
fun
long.
Valentine, dude. He's just so incredibly impressive as a player. You're just talking about how good he was. That's crazy. I can't believe that's the classic is what gets him.
That's a horrific caster curse you just threw onto Valentine.
I am so sorry, bro. But nice to come back. Mornew cleans out the back of the site.
One enemy remaining.
It's a 3v2. 3 for Mornew. 4 for Mornew.
That round swung like a pendulum. What just happened? Mornew just decided not to lose anymore. That's insane. There is no right for Mornew to be able to do that. Dude just walked into every kill, hit every headshot he needed to. Thrifty? Unreal.
Wow. A thrifty for thrifty. Just.
That's crazy.
I am flabbergasted.
Dude, Mornew, I'm sorry we were up in Valentine, okay? Dude is doing well, but you didn't have to do that. We know you're a good player, too. God. Absolutely wild. Okay. Reset a little bit. Gun rounds here. Tour de force for OC Mercy. Full mid. Is it going to be a quick B-pop again? Surely not, right?
I mean, maybe not, but let's see what they have to find here, though. It's quick. Oh, Mornew with a beautiful first shot to punish OC Mercy. Put a thorn on their sides. The leg was seen. Give me them toes, boy. Valentine gone.
I hated that.
Enemy remaining.
I hated what you said almost as much as I hated what I saw. That's a tough way to lose momentum. OTSU, this was a gun round. They don't have much money after this. And really, I mean, honestly, I've felt this way on Sunset for a very long time. Trying to push multiple players into deep mid on Sunset just always feels and looks greedy. there's just so little you can do from that position unless everything goes absolutely perfectly for you, and so easily it can go wrong.
I mean, it might go wrong for you for the boo. Okay.
Don't you
Good
dare
first.
miss. Okay, thank you.
Don't you dare, he says.
Sorry, Boo. I couldn't stand to watch a 1v5. Not because Boob did anything wrong, but because it would have required Conestoga to do everything wrong. Another tack timeout for OTSU. They've been no strangers to them, with mixed results. You know, that first tack timeout was, you know, we look all the way back very early on Haven, was they were 4-1 up, and then quickly became 4-5 down. I'm not certain what the pivot here is for OTSU either, right? Like, I think a lot of these tack timeouts hopefully have just been chips pulling OTSU back in. A lot of the time when we see these tack timeouts, it feels like OTSU are going for something that's just a little bit too bold, a little bit too unnecessary. High risk, very low reward. So just take a deep breath, OTSU. 7-11 is tough, but it's not unwinnable. Good tools for them as well, both the res and the overdrive. That overdrive's just been sitting in Valentine's pocket too. I'd love to see an aggressive play with it.
I mean, we were talking about before about how you know, how deadly he could be and how we've seen him just absolutely tear apart the rest of the team, especially on a save round like this. You know, they do desperately need something back here, and this has to be the time. This has to be it. Unless he gets opshot or shut down. What is this push out through mid?
Yeah,
there's three of them.
Conestoga.
Okay, it's a 1-for-1 by the end. There's the overdrive we're talking about. And Book get the res back, so it's just big out of them. What would literally be a trap play set up by the rest of OTSU just kind of goes wary.
I think that's just a strategic misunderstanding of the alts from Conestoga. I mean, any trade in mid was always going to favor OTSU. Maybe you can catch them on the tail here? I mean, nice angle from Bush Llama. No way.
Yeah. No, the one more ping. Gets the ping at least, but it's a 3v3.
Spike planted.
I mean, the neural theft went through. They know where every player is. The wall now spotted as well. YG couldn't commit to the flank, but I mean, just really should draw the attention for the other two players having 10 health.
Exactly this. And so no, YG has to be the person to just make sure that the team stays distracted onto him. Meanwhile, taking the base, the rest of to come around. Spotted by the drone, unluckily. So after look to just swing this and just drive fight one by one, and that they do confidently so, but somehow Tame the Beast doesn't get it. The spray test doesn't work.
Whoa, these teams are throwing everything at each other. That was 8 HP. That was 3 players pinged off the recon dart at the very end. I thought almost for sure Bush Llama was going to have that. And just, I mean, by a hair, Finster is able to survive a bizarre round. I mean, the mid to A push for the flank, and then every ult in the game. Just absolutely nuts. But OTSU at least stay in it. And it feels like the macro is quickly becoming everybody spread out, and wherever we see him, we fight him.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think more and more that they're just swinging. Like, there's like, yo, that's crazy, right? Yo, I see that
like
joke.
it.
Yeah, but what if I just kill you? Like, I believe. Look, Bren had this crash out, rightfully so. It's a gun game. You shoot them, they
Shoot
die.
them, they die.
Yeah, and guess what's happened right now, Paul? They're shooting, they're dying, and Bush Llama might be next up to fall in that fallacy. Stuck. Yep. Boom. Another one. OTSU capturing the momentum and the rounds back in this game. One after one after one. Conestoga cannot find a single thing. They can't stop them in any corner.
I mean, OTSU, their micro is phenomenal. I love that play from Valentine, getting the spot, the tag onto Bush Llama, and then just chilling. Hey, I don't need to swing this guy. I got 4 teammates behind me. Why don't you deal with him? Just keep yourself alive. Keep the space. Let your team swing out behind you. If Valentine goes for something too aggressive there, everything could become much more difficult for OTSU. Suddenly Bush Llama's in a spot where it could maybe have a crossfire with him. But that's not the case. OTSU back to a more rigid individual form, I would say. Playing off of each other very well. That tack timeout, you know, I was criticizing him a little bit, but that one at the very end, right when it was needed for this series to continue, immaculate apparently.
Yeah, they...
Valentine's
I
about
don't
to drop
know,
30, by
Paul.
the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like...
Whoa!
Okay, and
The
they're...
first timeout from Conestoga College Academy.
I was gonna say, I was wondering, waiting when this is gonna come from, and I think this is the rightful time to bring this in. Yeah.
Wow. And I think it's an excellent moment. The last 2 rounds, Conestoga have felt very out of place. I mean, I go back to 2 rounds ago. I'm not sure what the idea was in mid. Why did Conestoga think, hey, let's push into mid, into the overdrive, into an eco, give them guns, give them a way to res and trade? I feel like Conestoga have lost a little bit of their macro, have lost a little bit of their anticipation. And this tack timeout is a good reset for that.
Nonetheless, for this reset though, let's see what it lets them, right? Because previously it's just been them getting hounded, crossed off, and just domed, no matter where they hold. So ideally they're able to find, you know, either a trade angle, at least, you know, they maybe set up a trap play to where they can find something here. And already this time, it's a triple stack ace, still what we've seen before, but you know, at least Sova isn't right up front a lobby to get to die, so which is nice.
More new setup on the op as well. Means that you can't afford to stack mid because OTSU have been so punishing when they get mid control. Valentine doesn't get tagged but does get spotted. So still, yeah, eventually gets traded out. That's worth it for Conestoga at the moment. Does hit 30 though. Congratulations, Valentine. 30 bomb.
Hey, I thought you meant his age for a second. I was like, you happy?
That's really nice movement from Mornew.
Yeah, comes back, gets away, kicks the shot. Mornew plays it safe control, re-peeks the angle, and the third, not unfortunately, not gonna find it. Has to right click, no shorty this time, but barely not gonna eke it out.
Oh,
wait.
team.
He saw him, saw him. Yeah. Oh, see,
Nicely
Mercy
done.
finally
And that's
finds
an
it.
opening. B-Site can be teleported to the From the Shadows.
30 seconds left.
2v2. Both Omens low.
This is tough, though, but they have the angle at the back covered here, too. So, with So's probably going to have to dart in as well just to find out where they're holding. But they're going to have to do this so carefully because they have no
They have
idea
to
where
clue
OC
him in.
Mercy is.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know where OC Mercy might have moved to. Now they see that the door is shut, so they assume that OC Mercy has at least gone in. Both players, the first one's good. OC Mercy does get taken out, so it's all the 1v1, and Swift is ever so low.
Shot out to swing, Swift! Holds strong, not caught, and stays alive. After all that, timeout not going to go in their favor. OTSU! What, for 5 rounds almost in a row? Damn.
They've clawed their way back into this series. And now Conestoga, I mean, their economy is very awkwardly shifted. Mornew is going for the op, hoping he'll get 2 orbs this round. Yeah, I think that was a bit ambitious, so we'll now just go for the full eco. But that means we're almost assuredly looking at a tied game. Yes, there have been quite a few 50s in this series, but unless somebody just full sends it into Beanster's Bucky, I don't see it this round.
I'm out of here.
I mean, let's see it. I was say Beast's Bucky didn't work out last time, and it didn't this time either. Damn, just round after round, after like what was a close half, and just things in the direction they just can't get it.
Spike planted.
Over to 11, Bush Llama is just pelting them, and it's a savior. Although, like, this would be a great round, OTSU is outplaying them here, man. This is just out shooting, outgun, and it's so clean.
And I mean, the positioning on this post plant is suffocating. There's no entry here for Conestoga.
Last player standing.
Yeah.
YG doing what he can. But a tied game was inevitable.
Please stay alive.
OTSU having clawed their way back into this series. We're at 1 point down, 6-3. Now, I mean, could very well be looking at map and series point themselves. Another timeout from Conestoga College. They took none this whole series and have taken both of their possible timeouts this regulation in the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, this is it, right? They just have to, because this is their last round. This is their last gun round.
With economy. There will be basically no chance here. And yet, there's not a great chance in this round either. Tour de force. Overdrive available for Valentine, who's been just dominant all game. Hunter's Fury, Resurrection. You can't skirmish at the beginning because of the Resurrection and the Overdrive. You can't wait for them to come and play for a site execute because of the Overdrive and the Hunter's Fury. What could possibly be the way Conestoga deal with the tidal wave about to crash into them?
This is nerve-wracking for both sides. But I wonder what they get done here, right? Because previously they'd stacked A waiting for this, but this time, whoa, look at this lane on a beat. They're just gonna rush out of this.
And it's more mid-control for OTSU, which is pretty name of the game for what they've been doing on their attack, but a very hard shift for Conestoga. Beanster is the one with the operator this time, trying to give Mornew more flexibility to move around the map.
I wonder if they do manage to change or find anything here early on, as previously they've been getting early picks with that less than much, so they peak early, they get the ult off too. Mornew taken away, Valentine dropped, and now especially with the second off they have as well from the Tour de Force from OTSU. They've got to change how they get into this round. He pops in, YG takes him, but a good trade from Swift. But on the other end, his teammates are falling. They're already looking at this. The Finmite stretch takes it away. That should have been his. A ridiculous start. And somehow the swing works in his favor, but not for much longer. It's a 1v3 in Conestoga after falling down almost 7 rounds. Will finally maybe be able to make the way to match point. Let me not talk too early.
1v2, not unwinnable. This site is clear for Swift. I would love to see Conestoga group up here, but Push Llama trying to go for a quicker timing, I think.
This is tough. He has his knife out.
Swift,
He has
get
his
your
knife
gun
out. He
out.
has his knife out. Oh my god, no way he wins that.
in
Dude, are
time.
you kidding me? He has everything. He has paranoia. He has
He's just
smoke.
gonna wait for the tap.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to play aggressively. He has so much util.
Blinding.
He paranoids at the exact right time, sees exactly where he is, swings out Swift. You demon! How does he do it alone?
Absolutely unreal performance from Swift there. Absolutely inhuman. The fact that Swift is able to trade OC Mercy onto YG gives OTSU a chance. The rest of the team is shut down in A main. I want to shout out Mornew and Tame the Peace. That was an excellent plan, but Swift bypasses them entirely, finding Beanster looking at the wrong angle. It wasn't calmed? Evidently that the Omen could have been into B, or maybe they just were so convinced he was going to the site. Either way, a hole in Conestoga, shred asunder, and now, I mean, just a confident B take. This will be a full retake. Conestoga, good luck.
I mean, let's find out if he can get us to OT here, Paul, but no picks taken away. Mornew again. He's popped on Blades from before. He's gotten 4 previously, and it has to be him. It has to be his time to find something done. But that's it. Just res back as well into Swift. Valentine also sees exactly where they were, but YG. Previous clutches may lead to something less. Oh, Beanster not ready at all as Swift Posse put them back in their grave. OTSU on a disgusting comeback. Take down Conestoga.
Absolutely unreal end to the series. Shout out to Ontario Tech. What a heroic display at the end. I feel like everybody on that team had their moments throughout the series. I mean, Boo was the only one keeping them into ascent. OC Mercy, consistent throughout. Valentine drops, what was it, 33 in regulation on the last map. Finster just a constant rock, and I mean Swift with the heroic play that should have been Conestoga. That was a 1v3 for Swift, a 4K overall for him. Absolutely nuts. Credit where it's due to Condors, but OTSU, they're taking the first seed in this group.
That was incredible out of them. Phenomenal start here. So you like take it Haven confidently at the end, a close back and forth, and just immediate switch back from ascent for what was a very one-sided map. You know, well played by both these teams, but unfortunately Conestoga just couldn't get it over the line. Though I was confident. I thought they had it for quite a bit, but just bit by bit, man, really well done. But nonetheless, though, Paul, you know, of course, big shout out to Wenzel's, by Blue Light, BYE, of course, and Extron. Of course, remember, for all you watching here today, there's Marvel Rivals tomorrow, Rocket League and Rainbow Six Siege Wednesday, and League of Legends Thursday, and Overwatch 2 Friday. Of course, big shout out and thank you to Paul as well for, you know, for coming on, doing his thing, as they're looking handsome as always. Of course, to our producer Chippy and our observer Reach as well, and her cat as well too. Well, we appreciate y'all a lot. I've been Ravish. Y'all have a good night. Take care. Peace.